and well met, humble friends. Welcome to Humblewood Yonderbound, the second season of our Humblewood game right here on Sword and Key. I am Derek Sword. I am the sword half of Sword and Key. I use he, him pronouns. And thank you for joining us. I'm very honored by you joining us. I'm very honored to have these wonderful people join me once again to continue telling our story of a mere group of simple, humble folk who have come together to save the world, not once, but on their way to do it twice. No small feat indeed, although I do imagine some of them do have small feet. Um, I'm going to have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and their characters here in just a moment. But before that, I do want to say a couple of things. First of all, this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. These players have been wonderful enough to forego any sort of compensation to themselves and spend their time raising money for a great cause. That cause, Fauna and Flora. Fauna and Flora is based in the UK, but works all around the world to protect, preserve, otherwise, what do I say, educate people as human civilization is constantly encroaching into natural environments, and not always do the two meet each other well. So in previous years, we have helped with to stop bear cullings, as farming land would encroach into bear territory and bears would eat livestock. And there's obviously the bears don't want farmland on their land. The farmers don't want their livestock getting eaten. So Fauna and Flora steps in, helps to educate farmers, helps to relocate bears, and they work all around the world in every ecosystem you can possibly imagine to protect the animals there, to educate the people that are living there, and to help the two form a more symbiotic relationship. So it's a really important cause, especially now in the world that we live. So if you do have some extra funds sitting around, and especially for those in the US who are staring down the barrel of tax season, if you would like any sort of tax deduction whatsoever, you can always donate through our Tiltify link. And then, yeah, all you have to do is just print it out and give it to whoever does your taxes, unless, you do them yourself. And if you do, you can actually impact this game. You can hit certain levels. It's obviously going to be in UK currency, but if you do hit like £5 sterling, £10 sterling, there's incentives along the way where you can give crits, advantages, or even add a complication. One of which we saw last time, which was a magical storm that rained giant ice chunks on our poor players. Well, at least their characters. I can't actually do that to them in real life. That'd be wild. I also want to say that if you are looking for other causes to support, or otherwise just, maybe to buy something nice for yourself, you should check out all of our links at beacons.ai/swordandkey. You can find all of our socials there. We're currently on Blue Sky and Instagram. We have stepped away from Twitter for important moral-based reasons. But you can find on our beacons a link to join our Discord, hang out with cool folks, chat in our community about cool games, or honestly whatever you want. You can also see links to Fauna and Flora International, Palestine Children's Relief Fund, Campaigns for Independence, amongst other causes that we support. And you can also find links to our affiliates. We have some wonderful affiliates, including Long Dog Dice. If you're looking to get yourself a really pretty custom dice set, Jen makes custom dice, and you're sure to find something there that you absolutely love, or talk to Jen and she can make you your perfect set as well. We are also affiliates with Eldritch Foundry, who make custom minis regardless of how weird your TTRPG character is. And Wishbone Cosmetics, if you're looking to get some cool makeup in your life. And last but absolutely not least, and perhaps most pertinent to our game, we are affiliates with Hit Point Press, who are the makers of Humblewood and Humblewood Tales, and that's the Griffin Saddlebag 2, Islands of Sina Una, the Fable Makers deck, the animated spell cards, there's stuffed animals for Humblewood, there's miniatures, there's music licenses. If you're looking for music like what you're listening to right now, this is official Humblewood music that I spent actual dollars on at Hit Point Press just so I could overall enhance the ambiance of this game. And they have music for some of their villain packs as well, and even their Heckna game. So if you're looking for some horror-based carnival D&D music, that's it. So check those out as well. I'm going to stop talking for a second and have these lovely people do the talking. So Liz, tell us a little bit more about yourself, please.
Hi.
I'm going out of order. I'm deciding to mix things up on you.
All right, we're getting
Yeah.
wild with it today. I
We
love
are.
it. Good.
Keeping you on your
good.
toes.
Good day, friends. Good time zone. My name is Liz. I use she/they pronouns, and I will be playing Betty Brightpaw, your Storm Herald barbarian who uses she/her pronouns. Episode
Fantastic.
14. We nailed it. Woo!
You did it just in time. Next up, I'm going to randomly say Anniek.
I knew it. Hi, my name is Anniek. I use she/they pronouns, and today I get to play Mochi, the adorable little Maypag trickery cleric. Uses she/her pronouns. Uppies for Hath. After some reflection, it turns out that being in a cult isn't that bad, provided you're at the top of the hierarchy. Who knew?
Okay, well, there's life lessons.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not fair that Christian has to go last every time, so Christian, why don't you go ahead and go next?
Hey, okay, that's fine. I'm cool. I'm always cool with going last and things. I usually go last on a lot of projects I'm in. Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internets. I am a teacher, RPG, performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space, and today I will be playing Argus Iron Caw, the Swift Strig Scofflaw fighter. And king of the mercenaries of the Crest Mountains.
And kicker of ass of pirate captains. Yes, at least after this episode, most likely.
Yes. Haha.
Queon, what about yourself? You muted, bud.
I was trying to fix things over here because, technical difficulties and gremlins and goblins and all of that.
You're fine. You're doing great. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, technology does not always make it easy for us to spend this time together. So I appreciate every single one of my players for doing their absolute best in the face of technological terrorists, which is basically what computers can be sometimes. And we have lost Ken. Okay. Shadow, go ahead.
Mine.
Oh no.
Shadow, go ahead and introduce yourself while Ken gets stuff figured out.
Oh no. Hi, I'm Shadow. You can find me over relevant at Shadow Sylvia, and I play Clarence, who uses the he pronouns, who's our College of the Undead Road Bardlock.
Fantastic. While Queon rejoins us, a special thank you, as always, to Mikyl Sandoval for doing the artwork that you can see on the stream here, as well as on all of our promo materials. Mikyl does artwork for a lot of Sword and Key games, and actually recently even branched out and did something not for a Sword and Key game, so I'm very proud of him for doing that. But all of our Horizons Call stuff, all of our Harbor stuff, lots of games, Mikyl has done some incredible artwork for, so Humblewood included. And a thank you to Eva, who is the co-founder of this channel and also runs production more often than not, and is the reason why when somebody has their computer not being kind, we have somebody standing by to make sure that things don't all absolutely collapse like dominoes like they would be if I was doing this by myself. So thank you very much to our wonderful production team, which she often leads up. Okay, well, does anybody last second want to give a shot at the recap? Okay, all right. So last time in Humblewood Yonderbound, our humble heroes found themselves in the grand city of Halara, the capital of the Luzos Empire, an empire populated by the Alluran people, cat people. Odd in the sense that while there may be pseudo-predatory humble folk like the fox-like Vulpins, or even some of the birds like the raptor folk, Allurans are strictly carnivorous, and so their empire, based on that ferocity and that carnivorous nature, has expanded in ancient times and now has a solid foothold in the continent of the Tangle Wilds. As our party found their way through the city, they decided that a good side stop would probably be the moon pools, just to get off all that extra winter fur and feathers and whatever else. And during their relaxation, they discovered that somebody was trying to take advantage of their perhaps lowered perceptions. As a pirate, an axolotl individual, Pexian called Mr. Squelch. Mr. Squelch, yes. Decided he would try to rob our party while they were resting. The
What
party
was
ended
his
up
first name again? Because
I
it
want
was
to say
something.
I want to say it was Bartholomew Squelch.
That's correct.
That sounds
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Bartholomew Squelch. Yes, Pirate Rogue had attempted to steal the bag of holding that Argus had been carrying on him, and not only once but twice as the party continued to catch him. While catching him, they ended up also being subject to a magical storm, an ice storm that had large chunks of ice, almost the size of Argus Ironclaw himself, fall from the sky, smashing all over the city of Halara. An event which they kind of deduced is not totally uncommon here in the city. Nevertheless, they got some information out of Mr. Squelch and planned their assault on the village of Wayfair, a jungle village that adventurers often stay at before venturing further out into the jungle, the last vestiges of civilization. And so as they planned their assault on Wayfair, which has been taken over by pirate captain Balthazar Blackbones, a pirate king who has kidnapped the beloved of Argus, Jasmine, another bird folk, Balthazar has offered a trade for the Borealis, the large magical gem that they carry with them, a gem of winter itself, in exchange for Jasmine's safety and life. And they have received information that Balthazar does not mean to hold up his end of the bargain and intends to ambush our party, killing them and taking what he wants without any fair trade being made. Nevertheless, so they hear Jasmine is safe, and so the party has planned to trek their way through the jungle, avoiding the direct path altogether and ambushing the ambushers. So, as we pick up, our party has gathered their goods thanks to a bodyguard former enemy by way of the spell of Gaius, one Ferdinand, and as well as their hired assassin. And you all stand at the edge of the city itself, or I guess you're walking towards the edge of the city itself. You have a small cart full of any goods that you might need going into the jungle itself, and you have, your party gathered. This is the kind of place where if there's any last minute things any of you would like to do before exiting the city, entering the overgrowth of the jungle itself, this is that time. So, as we take that step, what would you all like to do?
I feel like we got all the supplies we needed at the end, right?
Yeah, Ferdinand went shopping. We have our own shit.
Yeah, we couldn't get an army. I believe that was the downside.
right.
Look, they said that there were like mercs you could hire. You were going fighting. Looking for an army made sense at the time.
Yeah.
Also, turns out armies are like super expensive.
Yeah.
Who
A lot of
knew?
mouths to feed,
Yeah, well. I think we were just about heading out, right? Or were we
Yeah.
sleeping here and then heading out? I forgot
I
that
think-
part.
We had to figure out how we were getting there. What was the fastest way? But I think we decided that the fastest way was using Argus's navigating bandit ability.
Yeah, Argus knew not the way, but the way these people think.
Mhm.
Yes. I do feel like we would just rush into it. Like we won't be spending the night. We will just leave.
Pretty sure we're like leaving.
Not trying to get robbed again at any point by anybody else.
Also, Jasmine knows we're coming at this point, and she's gotta wonder why we're stopping off in the bathhouse. You know?
I'm sure that Mochi's like, we're getting cleaned up so your husband looks all nice
Look,
when he sees
exactly.
you.
Dear Jasmine, Argus finished primping on our way now.
Primp.
It's all you. It's all Argus.
It's all
Yeah.
my fault.
Argus had to primp, and the rest of us waited around while he did his thing and got his hair did, and we're coming soon. Feathers? Feathers did. I don't know. You were a soggy owl for a little bit.
I would like to point out that it was weighted WADED, like in the pool, in the
Mhm.
water, wading, as opposed to waiting
Yes.
with a T. Yeah.
Yeah. Mochi's still looking like a red panda at this point.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, you dig the red panda look now. It's a good
It's
look.
exotic.
Cute.
It's weird. It's new. It's gonna freak my mother out.
Freak my mother.
X. Yeah.
Getting your hair dyed without telling anybody.
Come home. Don't say anything. Just show up and pretend like everything's normal.
Everything's just the way it's always been.
Gonna be great. Right. Let's go.
Heading out.
Okay, so heading out into the jungle then. So, as you go to leave the city of Halara, it takes some time to get to the edge of the city. It was probably about midday as you were leaving the moon pools. So, having gathered all of your things together, it's getting to be evening as you're about to exit the city itself. It takes a while to walk from one end to the other. And so you pass by, large conical buildings. You pass by many iterations of the Luzkesh, those Lurin ceremonial guards, who you realize are also like city guards that pass by you, and multitudinous humble folk as well. You see a bright Sita, you see Tilia, not super similar to Soren, but different colorations, different sizes. Everybody is peddling goods, everybody's doing this or that. The city is absolutely bustling, but as you move through, it gets into evening. As you pass through like certain market areas, it only becomes more populous, and you see even more of those like larger reptile beasts of burden that are moving through. But more and more as you travel, as you get to what you're realizing is the edge of the city, you can see these large stone walls that have been built up with a large wooden gate. It seems solid. However, you can also tell that this is like wood that is constantly exposed to like jungle humidity, and so there's kind of like this damp, like wood wet smell that hits you as you get closer and closer to the jungle itself. That rotting, fresh overgrowth kind of smell of things constantly growing on top of those things that have died before. And as you reach those gates, they stand open with a cobblestone path that you can see becomes dirt before too long, kind of telling you have reached the end of what protections the Empire will provide for you. You at least have picked up as much that Wayfair is part of the Empire, but also you're kind of on your own in between there, unless you decide to hire help. Like the Luzkesh aren't going to walk with you. That's not their job. You're taking your safety into your own hands. And so as you stare down this almost tunnel that has been carved out of the branches and trees, where you can see this overgrowth on both sides of vines and foliage, and trees much smaller than those you would have in the Humblewood, but still rather sizable. How would you like to proceed? I know you were talking about not taking the direct path. Did you want to take it for a little bit and curve off at a certain point?
Like taking it a little bit until I see a sign of a route
Of the bandit paths.
Of a bandit path, yeah.
For sure. Okay. So moving forward, Argus, go ahead and give me perception with advantage. If anyone else would like to do perception as well, you may do so with a flat roll.
That is 23.
Fantastic.
I got a 19 just for looking around.
Fair enough. Okay. So, moving into the jungle itself, like I said, it's getting to be evening already. You can see that there is a waxing moon that is cresting up above, as you can just see as you look back to the last eye line of the Empire. You can see the sky is turning that pinkish blue before the tree line quickly dissolves your entire view of the horizon itself. And before long, the foliage is darkened. It has kind of taken over everything, and on top of the fact that it is still consistently storming, the gray of the sky has kind of obfuscated anything. You get a couple of patches here and there as the moon finally rises up to the cloud line where it breaks through. But overall, it's pretty dark in here. I'm going to call it dim overall. But if any of you had light sources that you wanted to use, I know a lot of you have dark vision, so I believe Strig have dark vision, so we'll consider the flat roll. I believe Mopok are the same.
I have dark vision and advantage on perception checks in dim light because I'm dusky.
Cool. Did you want to roll advantage then, since you
I
have that?
don't know if there is more to see, but we can try. That is way worse.
Okay, we'll stick with the 19 then.
Stick with the 19. Yeah, let's ignore the 2.
Ferdinand is pulling the cart behind, and as it hits the dirt, you can kind of hear the wheels creaking just a little bit. So you're...
Ferdinand,
Yes?
don't let the cart be loud.
Don't let the cart be loud. What? Quiet, cart.
Thank
What do you
you.
want me to do?
Fix it.
Betty does not have a light source that she's carrying, nor does she have dark vision. So I think at this point she's probably, as these two are talking, moving to the back of the cart to kind of like put her hands on it and maybe like help push it along through the dark, and also have something to guide her through the darkness.
It's very smart.
Is there oil in a tinker's tool set? Can I grease these wheels? Is that an
You
option?
certainly could, yeah.
'Cause we're not being sneaky yet, I think, but also by the time we are being too sneaky, it's too late if your cart's like announcing
Right.
your arrival to the entire world.
Very true.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check with advantage, since you're using the tools for this.
Oh, that is a waste. That is a natural 19 and a natural 20.
Ooh.
Gotta use those later.
Mm.
Stealth is...
Have you rolled your portent dice?
Oh no, I have to. Okay, so that's a 30, and now I'll roll my portent dice and put them to the side. The thing is, if the portents are really low, you just keep them to give them to your enemies.
Of course.
Right.
It's when they're kind of like 10, 13-y that you're not sure where you're gonna
Right.
put those.
Right.
Really high or really low is both good. Okay. Portents are rolled, but stealth ended up being a 30.
Jesus.
Okay. In that case, you like roll your eyes at Ferdinand, grab the oil from like literally right next to him in the cart, and WD-40 the wagon wheels, and like it's completely silent at this point. Like
Beautiful.
even the dirt doesn't make like a grinding sound beneath the wheels that nothing could hear it.
Good.
And Ferdinand also just like kind of hangs his head a little bit in shame, like, sorry for mouthing off then.
Why didn't I think of that?
That's right. I guess pirates don't usually sneak.
You will continue moving ever so quietly now, at least with your wagon. If the rest of you would like to move quietly, we can do a group stealth roll.
Ooh.
Whoever is breathing the loudest is getting Blessing of the Trickster.
Who's breathing the loudest?
Who's most likely to give us away at this point? Is it Ferdinand? Does Ferdinand need Blessing of the Trickster?
I'll roll for Ferdinand. I think I was using the...
I forgot what he was.
I think
like,
I was
as
using
a
the champion.
class.
Yeah, champion fighter.
Stat block form. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just the champion stat block. So...
God. And Lorelei's just gone. Like, it's just...
Lorelei will show up at some point.
I only breathe when I need to.
Ah!
Exactly.
I only
I like-
breathe when I need to. She's...
I like the idea of Mochi and Lorelei just sort of trying to disappear from each other.
Who has the
okay.
coin right now? Oh,
I do.
Okay. Oh, you
Yeah.
think you do?
I think you do.
Yeah, that's valid. Do I get to use the 30 stealth I used on the card for this, or do I have to roll it again? I know. It was just so good.
The cart is quiet. We'll consider the cart its own thing.
Cart's also
Actually,
gone.
You know, Ferdinand got a 21 all in all. 'cause
Hey.
he
Beautiful.
rolled 19 on the dice, so
He may have been
Betty, what
mouthy,
did
but
you-
he was right.
yeah. Betty, what'd you get?
18.
18. Clarence, what about you?
That's a 7.
Clarence is
You
breathing
might want to use
real
Blessing of the
hard.
Trickster on
back
You might
there.
want to use Blessing of the Trickster there, buddy.
Is that advantage?
Advantage on stealth checks only. Like, not the rest of the dex checks, just stealth.
Fair enough. So Clarence is probably like singing to himself.
Yeah. Obviously, it's like da 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 da.
Oh,
da,
yeah.
Oh, I was like, welcome to the jungle.
That's something that Maypack... Yeah, so the da-da-da-da Mochi had to unlearn when she was a baby raccoon.
Clarence has like 2 sticks and is like drumming trees. You know.
Yep,
So, like,
exactly.
Doing their own
Take it,
like
take it,
stealth music.
Like, Mochi
Oh.
reaches out to you, touches you, and the sticks are just muffled.
oh God.
I just makes
Okay.
him bang harder on the tree.
just snaps them.
It's all about the sound.
Quiet. Okay. All right. If I get to roll my d20 again, that's gonna be a 22.
Okay.
Hey, it's better than a 7.
Argus, what about you?
That is a 23 from me.
Nice. And Mochi.
25.
All right. Dang.
Sneaky little raccoon.
Well, divided by the 5 then, that's an average of 21.8. So we'll run that up to a 22. Pretty good stealthing. So even though there is Mission Impossible running through everyone's mind, and mud kind of being splashed up here or there, you all are kind of following Mochi and Argus, who are through just like natural stealth ability and like cunning banditry training, maneuvering around the larger puddles, finding the drier areas. It might not be the fastest way, but you are maneuvering the cart, maneuvering your party in a way to maintain a level of quiet as you move through. And the evening goes on to the point where you're fairly certain the sun has fully set. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily get that much more significantly dark as opposed to when it was, because of the clouds overhead. But before too long, Argus, you do notice that there are these breaks in the trail. At first, they kind of seem like maybe game trails, but there's one that it stands out to you a little bit more, because just like a little bit further into the brush and the foliage, there's a stick that has been stuck straight down, and tied around it is just a little bit of green ribbon, something that like might not catch anyone's eye otherwise. It's almost the same type of green from the rest of the foliage in this forest, but you notice like a stick wouldn't have just been placed there. Animals don't do that, and animals don't leave ribbon. This is more than likely a bandit trail that has been made, and probably one that has been made for any scouts that might be working for Balthazar.
Mm-hmm. We'll like see that, and we'll like look at everybody else pointing at it, going, if there's any trail to use, it's that one, the Scout's trail, specifically, maybe, hopefully, for Balthazar. Just hope we don't get caught in the same path they do. And if we do, we have to get rid of them very quickly. So everyone has eyes up, ears out. Keep focus.
Is the path wide enough for the cart?
It is, at least for now. And the other thing that you know is it would take about, again, 2 days to get from Halara to Wayfair. So if you take this path now, you'll probably be camping in the jungle area, unless you decide to continue overnight.
And there's lots of spooky stuff in the jungle. Ooh. Shit.
Can I just very quietly cast Elevated Sight?
Sure.
Great.
You have
I
established
cast
the
my
quiet
ice
part.
skyward, granting me sight from a higher vantage point. I protect my vision to see through an invisible sensor, which appears in a spot up to 120 feet above you. That seems excessive tree line wise, but like just a little bit higher. You can see through the sensors if you are flying, granting a full 360-degree view from its location. The sensor moves with you, retaining its height in relation to you.
Pretty cool spell. Yeah.
From the Humblewood book.
That's pretty neat. From that perspective, from that bird's eye view, you would see, I mean, a lot of treetops, right? But also kind of in the sense of having that heightened perception to carry over your perception before. We can say it kind of it spreads out a little bit. You can have the bird's eye view that will get you as far as Wayfair. So looking as far as Wayfair, you can't get over top of that village. You can see that there are several lines of smoke coming from it, indicating several points of fire. It doesn't look like enough that like the village is burning or anything, but probably campfires. Looking out into the jungle itself, you can see that whereas you are on a trail right now and you're looking to take this trail off to the left, somewhere off to the right there is a campfire burning in the jungle itself, somewhere kind of set apart from Wayfair. You don't really notice anything off to the left. You don't really pick up any animals moving around. You can see that there's, I mean, again, a lot of the foliage you've seen before, a lot of the greenery, some bright flowers, but those are kind of placed here and there anyway. But you don't really notice any humble folk or any kind of living things.
I think at first Mochi's going to like try and sign this kind of to Argus, figure out that going.
Small fire, got it. I think he's been with Mochi enough to know that there's specific sign language. I feel like he gets it.
Yeah, the Mochi sign language. It's like most people are like, there's a small chipmunk. Has lots of cheese.
We've been doing this for a while.
They do specific hand signs. It's like, I've seen that one before. I know what that one means.
Small fire off to the right.
Mm-hmm. I think Argus will try to do like, did you see any bodies? But it's just a lit fire, just a lit fire.
You can see
Yeah,
like the smoke trailing up.
Smoke
indicating
from
that
the lit
there's-
fire. So either lit or recently lit.
Okay. I think we should just try to go around it or avoid it.
Yeah, if you take the path to the left, you're taking the opposite path from it.
Yeah. Avoiding any semblance of, because that could be a trap for all I know. Like for people to stumble upon, for scouts to see you clearly in the firelight.
Sure.
I say avoid it.
Sure.
Okay. Continuing along the path to the left, then, your cart continues through. You do notice that, like, while there's a little bit of brush here and there, a lot of the thorns and vines and anything that would otherwise like block your path has been carefully brushed away. Not necessarily even like cut through. Maybe in a couple of places it's been cut, but it's very much like, oh, this could easily be a game trail. And that's until you start to notice the footprints. And they're much further in, but looking down, you can see that these are not larger footprints of, livestock, or not livestock, but like wild game or beasts of burden. These are like boot prints and the claw prints of humble folk and bird folk. And as you continue further in, you see that none of them are super fresh as far as you can tell. Like, no survival check needed on this. It's been raining a ton. There's mud everywhere. You do get, carrying the perception forward, a little bit into the jungle when you do notice that there is a break in the trees. and Argus and Mochi presumably leading, both of you would see well enough ahead is what looks to be an empty campsite. You can see a campfire that is not lit, like a fire pit, and you can see a couple of tents that have been set up. But you do not see any movement.
Mochi would start citing to Argus like, do we want to send my duplicate in? See if there's a trap to spring.
And there's that moment of like consideration. Good idea. To like looking behind everybody to like get ready to ambush. If there's an ambush. Make sure Betty knows because Betty can't see shit.
Yeah. Betty's getting a private sign tutorial from 5 centimeters away from her face. I will invoke duplicity with Mochi. And make it look like the duplicate is trying to sneak into the camp poorly.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check then.
Oh no.
If you do a poor job,
If I do it poorly,
Yeah.
doesn't mean I sneak so well they don't notice me.
Indeed.
You've done such a good performance.
Did you do a bad good performance?
I'm wasting these rolls. It is a natural 20 for 24.
Your duplicate,
Should have gone to theater school.
like Three Stooges themselves, just like fully pratfalls, and it's a great performance. I mean, it's a shame that the Academy's not watching this.
Oh,
It's
so
so
sad.
believable from your perspective, and like stumbles around, does like a little bit of spin, like there's a Looney Tunes quality to it, right in front of all the tents, like trips over the campfire. There's no reaction. Like the duplicate kind of looks back at you and just kind of like shrugs, like chomps everywhere. Seemingly no trap, no ambush.
But she will gesture to Argus like,
After you.
Do we see any like tracks going into the camp or out of it? Like, do we see anything like?
You see some of both. Again, kind of hard to tell how fresh they all are. But you do see, like, the campsite itself has a ton of tracks all kind of walking around. You can see that there's, again, a couple of bird folk, a couple of different sizes, and then some boots, some bare, like, humble folk feet. If you were going to guess, probably Vulpin, maybe Mapak. But, like, you can see little claws on their little beams.
Gotcha. We'll have his weapon out just in case. And we'll enter the campsite.
Yeah, looking around, it seems pretty abandoned. You can see that the tents, actually, while you all are looking around, go ahead and give me investigation checks.
Ooh.
shiny. Okay, now these dice are rolling like I remember them. Investigation. That's a solid 6.
Oof. I somehow rolled an 18. I don't know how that works when I can't really see anything.
Just feeling around with your hands and you grab
Well,
something by
this
accident.
campfire's at the camp.
Not this one.
The-
Not this
the
one.
fire's
These are all out.
Oh.
These are extinguished. We went the other way from the lit one.
Oh, okay. I thought we stumbled upon a new camp that had new. Anyway, sorry. I
Yes,
have an
new
18, so Clarence know this is more than Shadow does.
To be fair, Mochi has a higher charisma than Anniek has. It's just how the world works.
16 for me.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, Betty, what was yours again?
18.
18. So, looking around, you can tell that this place is definitely abandoned. There are a couple of cots that are set up in the tents. There's 2 tents, so 4 cots in total. You can tell that like the fire has been long extinguished. The wood is very wet. Probably from the constant rainfall, and there's no heat coming off of it. What I'm going to say is, Betty, while you can't see anything, you smell something that hits your nose pretty quickly, and that the rest of you would visually notice, and that's that in the tents on at least 2 of the cots are plates, kind of like pewter plates that have rotting food on.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were gonna say, and I'm glad that that's what it was.
I also thought this was gonna get real bad real quick.
Thought it was gonna get real dark real quick.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't see any bodies. You do smell rotting, but it is rotting food. And like it looks like if this place was abandoned, it was abandoned quickly because the food was just kind of left on the
Okay.
plate. The silverware is still out. You can see it was probably partially eaten. They've left some stuff behind. There's some clothes, a couple of extra weapons.
Yeah. If we kind of like maybe look underneath the cots, or if there are like storage chests or anything that are inside the tents as well. Do we find anything like maybe, I don't know, paperwork, a journal, anything that would tell us like what folks were doing here?
You can see there's no chest. You kind of get the idea that the people that were here weren't planning on being here super long and didn't want to carry anything in that they didn't have to carry back out. And with the rain, the tents were probably a necessity. But you do see that there is like a rucksack in one in each of the tents. And kind of going through that, you note that there's a little bit of paperwork in there, a couple scrawlings. There's a paper, like local paper from Halara. And then you do find like a small little leather-bound journal that is under one of the pillows on one of the cots.
It's a very good hiding spot. What is the date on the paper? How recent is it?
It's about 4 days ago, roughly.
Oh, okay. Well,
is
that's
the last one in there, and it's you're kind of flipping through. You get that this is one of the crewmates, as far as you can tell. You're kind of flipping through, and it has like nautical, references, and it has believed longitude, latitude, and then it has arrival in Halara, and then it has the beginning of their scouting mission, keeping an eye out for Argus. There's a little drawing of Argus, or at least what they believe Argus to look like, and it's a very big, very scary looking owl man with like a hammer that's like the size of his own body.
Amazing. I'll definitely pass that over to Argus and Mochi, who can actually see it well in the light.
Thought I'd be bigger.
Clarence makes mental note to include that in a song at some point.
Look, with the 6 on investigation, I just picture Mochi like in the back playing patty cakes with her duplicate.
No.
Are there any tracks that don't look like humble folk or Tangle wild folk?
Give me a survival check.
Okay. Surviving. We can do that. Sure.
And then Liz, as Betty continues to go through that journal, you notice that every like page is signed Mr. Fickle. It apparently is the name of the writer.
Great names.
But you notice the last couple of entries into the journal, just more rain, tired of being this wet, and that awful sweet smell keeps burning me nose. And then the last couple just, well, maybe it's not that terrible sweet. Maybe it's actually kind of nice.
Oh.
Think I might check it out.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Every one of us is like, "Ugh."
No,
I
it
don't-
doesn't sound like a good plan at all.
I don't like the start of this parable.
Yeah.
Do we smell anything like that kind of gives that sort of sickly sweet vibe? Besides like the rotting food smell?
That's a good question. If everyone could give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
Damn it. Son of a
You had to ask.
Well, look, he laid it out there.
Yeah, he
what
put
else
the-
I was supposed to do?
The hook is right there. You gotta
Okay.
nibble. You gotta
I
nibble
did-
on
You
it.
you don't have to let yourself get reeled in by every hook. That's how we end up on episode 14.
I did get only a 9 for my investigation, so I figured I probably didn't notice anything unusual. As far
Yeah,
as
I mean,
footprints.
you noticed a lot of prints moving back and forth.
Okay.
Things formerly known as prints. Absolutely. That's a dumb joke. Don't laugh.
That's very good. That's stupid, but it's very good.
Thank you.
Applause.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna. Derek, I rolled a 17 for my Constitution.
That's good. Did anyone get below a 14?
I got a 26.
15.
Oh, 24.
What I'll say then is you do notice that, like, now that it's mentioned, it's dampened very much by the rain. You know, you kind of get that petrichor smell. You're getting the wet dirt smell that rotting but also fresh, like spinach that's been too long in the fridge kind of smell from the jungle around you. But there is something sweet kind of being carried to you. You notice it. That's where I'll leave that.
Does it have a specific direction? Like, we probably didn't smell it when we were coming into the camp, but is it like going toward the trail on the other side where we would be exiting to?
If anything, it's leading. So if you want to think of the camp as a clock, since it is circular, you came in from the 6 o'clock point. There is a path that leads out at the 2 o'clock point. But if anything, this smell is coming from the 10.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like leading you deeper into the jungle
Yeah.
itself.
So not in the direction that we would be going
Correct.
anyway.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, that's good. So we don't have to go investigate that if we don't want to.
If anything, I think we should cover our noses with cloth and head our way,
Oh, good call.
just in case there are other smells deeper in the direction we do go.
Yeah. Clarence starts handing out pieces of costume that bards have on them to make face masks.
Mask up, everybody. Mask up.
Let's
Let's
go.
Maybe we should keep our distance too.
Mm.
6 feet.
6 feet sounds good. It feels natural for everyone.
Solid.
One wagon between each other.
That's right.
Look, we had the weirdest music video to remind people of the 6 feet distance thing way back when, and the second you said this, that stupid song started playing in my head, so I officially hate you.
I gotta
Love it.
know this song now. What song?
No, it's an incredibly Dutch thing. I can link it to you, but it's
Please
weird
do.
as fuck.
Please do.
love this.
I love that.
All right, I'll put it in our Discord because
That's
we have a
awesome.
really cool
Dutch.
Discord, you know?
Fantastic. Yes,
True,
yes,
we do.
Wonderful. Are you planning on camping here tonight and you making use of the infrastructure, or would you like to push on?
I'm not trying to get it.
No, nope,
No.
not falling for that trap.
I'm letting that hook go.
No idea what
Look,
you all are talking about.
Pass go,
It's a
pass
very,
go.
very solid group consensus. Time to
Meanwhile-
go.
Also, Clarence,
Meanwhile, there's
Clarence,
just a patch of mushrooms and people are just dead, getting consumed by them.
if there's a patch of dead mushroom people, Mochi would just stop and go, I know a druid that would have loved those.
Mm.
Aww.
He's not dead.
No.
He's very much alive.
He's not dead. He's just not here.
Sending,
So
immediate
sleeping-
sending.
Immediate sending. I think Argus and Clarence would remember Mochi's obsession with keeping her magical tent clean last season,
Yes.
and just
Oh, yes.
just see her look at these tents and go, "Oh no, 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 we will not. No, no." Blech. All right, the terrible Dutch thing is in Discord. I implore you, wait until break.
I
It is
Fantastic.
awful.
you. I
I appreciate it.
implore you to wait.
Please wait until break. It's awful.
I can't
I think we all mask up. We all have weapons out probably.
wait.
And then I like to imagine in like the most cinematic, slow superhero walking towards the camera, we just start going through the camp.
Oh,
Mm.
just all like in a weirdly
In a
horizontal
line. We're like, yeah, but we're like a few feet apart, but we're in
Yeah.
a line and we're just kind of like
all 6 feet apart,
slow,
walking like
Yep.
yeah, and
slow
then you have to go
walking.
through. There's a
Somehow
wagon.
this became a funeral procession.
It's like respect to the dead
Uh,
that are obviously on the other side of the 10. And then
Yep,
get the
no,
hell
we're
out.
ignoring those.
I can't wait for you to tell us what was actually down there. I'm very curious.
You know, yeah. You all have avoided. I'm not going to throw this at you twice. This is from the what do I call it? Playtest from Humblewood Tangle Wilds. It's the Humblewood 2 playtest. Welcome to the Tangle Wilds. It is a stat block called the Golden Sun Eater, which are large predatory flowers that have grown mobile down to hunt down prey. They move on dozens of specifically adapted roots, which allow them to scuttle across the forest floor.
No.
They have 5
Nice.
fleshy petals surrounding an opening in the center of their flower, which serves like a mouth with a ring of fangs. The maw leads to a pitcher plant-like belly that can be extended to accommodate large prey. They hunt sparingly and can spend weeks digesting a single large victim, keeping it immobilized with their venom. They are most active during the day when the attractive scent they release is more powerful as the sun has warmed the plant. So that's why it was a straight roll. Otherwise, it would have been made at disadvantage if it was during the day. So yeah, Constitution saving throw to not be charmed by it, and basically walk right into it where it will engulf, spit juice, and bite.
I
Fun
Is there a
stuff.
picture of this thing?
I hate
not.
everything you just said.
Yeah.
There's, it's only a CR4, so this wasn't supposed to be like a major thing, but it was going to be at least a couple of them just to soften you up a little bit.
That's
But,
still spooky.
Smart moves,
Just
good
to
rolls.
drain some resources, you know?
Just to
Yeah.
drain some resources.
I don't
That's
know.
fine.
My brain is saying that if they just ate 4 days ago ish.
Well, I didn't say how many there were.
I guess that's fair. I
That's
guess
true.
that's fair.
Some probably didn't get a full meal and like I'm hankering for some more
It's
more
snack
food.
time.
Hankering for some heroes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if
We
it
coulda
has
had-
some maypack and some fulpin, then an owl's got to be looking pretty tasty just for a
Right.
change of pace.
Yeah.
You know, I also feel like on the darkest timeline, we would have had Soren befriend them,
Yep.
and then we would have taken them with us to go defeat the Pirate King.
Nice army of
And that would be like
Army
a
of
regular
predatory flowers.
timeline, and then darkest timeline is when we wake up the next morning and Soren got eaten by his new best friend.
Oh
Yes.
no.
This is like a feed me
I thought-
Seymour, and they're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I thought we just wanted a hug, man. I thought it was metaphorical.
Continue to move through the forest. which
Moving
we'll all decide
on.
to do.
Past this nightmare.
It gets to be pretty late where you haven't noticed anything else necessarily come across your trail. You haven't noticed any other encampments, and even keeping your eyes towards the trees, the foliage, you don't notice like any blinds that would be there to, you know, notice you all coming, and you don't really notice that sweet smell following you. It's with the rain pattering down, it's sometimes hard to hear too much around you because it's pretty much the rainy season, you know, if you want to think of that in a jungle area, which is so percussive everywhere around you. Nevertheless, you push on until you get that feeling of exhaustion start to creep into your bones and muscles. If you push past this point, you will take a point of exhaustion, but you all could reasonably find somewhere to camp at this point as well. So what would you all like to do?
Argus, my feet hurt and I'm tired.
How's everybody else feeling? Be
pretty much the
honest.
same. I mean,
Just
yeah.
Be honest. Be actually honest with
Are
me.
we still walking while we're having this conversation?
Yep.
I
Mochi's
think-
doing the trudging thing.
Yeah, I think Betty's probably like got her arms like stretched out with
Ugh.
the tops of her fingers clamped over the back of the cart, and her head's down, and she's just like.
Betty, you conscious back there? Are you okay?
Ah. Yeah. Yep. Good.
Would you like to rest your arms and your body as well? Because you've been walking that way for a couple hours.
I'm fine.
Can you put your arms down?
No. I'm fine.
Okay, we're gonna rest.
Clarence was just in the
Yay.
cart.
It tracks, honestly.
Honestly, though,
Honestly,
now that I'm thinking about it, is there
Yeah.
enough space in the cart for all of us to kind of camp in the cart? Like, if we were to put Mochi's tent.
So
like,
I
as
have
a tent
established
pole?
that
Mm.
Ferdinand is solely pulling this cart, so it very much feels more like a two-handed,
Like a
more just like
trough,
pull behind you
or
sort
like
of thing.
Like a wheelbarrow cart.
Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger than a wheelbarrow because Ferdinand is a strong individual, but enough to fit all of you, probably not.
Probably not.
Enough to
Yeah.
fit like maybe Mochi, Clarence, and Soren if they were feeling really friendly,
Mm.
probably. But like
We've been
Betty
sharing hammocks. I think we've established friendly.
and that's true. But Betty, Argus, and Ferdinand are, I mean,
No.
easily like equally twice the size of Soren, all
Well-
individually. So
We have my fancy tent, and then we got one
That's true.
regular tent, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because my tent, on the outside is 5 foot square, but on the inside is 15 by 10. Sorry, 15 by 15 and then 10 high.
okay, that should reasonably do it.
And I get to choose the style, color, and quality of the tent, so we're going jungle camo.
Okay, perfect. So finding
Takes
just
a minute to set up, so just hold on. Just wait.
So finding a little bit of space to set the tent down, and as Mochi figures out all of the tent stakes and whether they like slide through or like that's not the right, but that's the one that's supposed to go around the side, not over the top, and they're supposed to like interlock at the top, and it's just supposed to be like, no, you're not supposed to put the tent stake down first. That comes like third step, and you've lost the instructions a long time ago. But a minute goes by, and nevertheless, the tent is fully set up and ready for you all.
Ta-da! I'm going to bed.
Okay. Clarence is like prestidigitating like everyone's little feet and paws before they go. into the
Thank you,
tent.
Clarence.
Who's doing watch?
Mochi's already in a bedroll.
Okay. I feel like Clarence got like, you know, like 30 minutes of sleep in the cart. So Clarence will be like, I got it.
Solid 30 minutes.
Yeah. Solid 30 minutes.
I'll take watch. And I'll let Ferdinand rest because they've been working hard. And Lorelai, wherever Lorelai is, I'm sure they're already sleeping in the car.
Lorelai just like jumps down from the treetops.
Oh,
We
You
are
rest.
resting for the night.
you're resting for the night, yes.
Are you getting in the tent?
Am I getting in the tent? No,
Yes.
that is where all of you will be. That's, I mean, if they, good luck.
I respect that.
It's
Honestly.
valid though.
How
I'm
was
sorry,
it?
I have seen fireball happen once. I am not going to be in the middle of that.
You see one nuke and you're like, I'm done. I don't want to be in that group ever.
Yeah.
How are the trees up there? Are they stable enough to rest in?
I could find this spot.
'Cause, I'll probably join you up there then.
Okay. Okay, so Argus is taking first watch. Clarence is offered to take a watch as well. Clarence, you hear your skull kind of pipe up from the bag. Clarence, I could take a watch as well. I don't actually require sleep or water or food or
Been a
any
minute.
sort of actual sustenance, so...
Yeah. Well, I figured that instead you could read some parables. There's some really good lessons and stories in those.
Read a couple of Aesop fables.
Tried to teach morals to your...
Your Demi Lynch.
See, this feels a little infantilizing, but I also see your point. All right.
Yeah. Now, sometimes we have to go back to the beginning in order to then master something.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with going over your building blocks and your foundation.
He like levitates a book out of your bag, and like the pages start flipping, and so there's just a floating skull that's just like has a book also floating in front of it. Totally normal.
Yeah. Clarence makes sure to also look at the book and make sure that it is the correct book.
Yeah, it's not like How to Be Evil 101.
Yeah. Yes. How to conquer the world.
Advanced Necromancy 405.
Deceiving friends of friends.
Mm.
Okay. Yes, it is a lovely little book on parables about, like, I don't know, it feels weird because Aesop's is all about already anthropomorphized animals.
Yeah,
so I guess
it's the little Vulpin who could, and
foxes are trains.
You read it here, folks.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh! Wait, hold on.
Wait.
What is Betty again?
She's an otter.
No, I know, but what's a
mustelid.
Humblewood?
So technically, we're using Holterdam. Technically, though, Humblewood is considering it a, it's the Wolverine, like, people.
Oh my god, my
What do they
brain
call
said
those?
muskeg, and
Mustels.
that's not it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's like the Holterdam and his wife. Like we have like some some good
Oh my
some good
gosh.
stories. The little string prince.
Yeah, the Gerbine and the Allurin, with a thorn in its paw. There's a few that are more one-on-one. Nevertheless, you will get rest. Argus, you take to the trees along with Lorelei. Go ahead and give me a perception check for your watch.
$18. Sorry.
Lorelei helps you get like further up into the trees, especially with your armor, with your hammer. She helps you navigate to more of the sturdier branches to hold your weight, and you can actually get pretty far up into the treetops where you might not realize this, but you have a very close perspective to that Mochi had not that long ago. And she points out to the horizon to the east where you're traveling, and you note the several lines of smoke coming from fires. She says, "That is Wayfair there. We are so very close."
Still need to figure out how to get into Wayfair. If what we've been told is true, there are cannons all over that place, ready to fire at anything that's not them.
Well, then I would not worry about getting in. I would worry about getting out. But I've seen you survive many things. I think you will be all right.
You do know that your job, once we do get into Wayfair, is to find my wife and help her get out of there as swiftly as possible.
I understand.
You can use Ferdinand as a distraction if it helps.
He is good at that. And you can rely on me. Honestly, if I was going to stab you in the back, it would be now. I'm just kidding. No.
I wouldn't be too mad if you stab me in the back now. It makes the most sense. I know, no, honestly, it makes the most sense to stab me in the back when I'm talking to the pirate captain, or when I think I've defeated him, or just pushing me in front of a cannon.
Many opportune moments.
Yes, you have.
Ultimately, I have worked for many people for few reasons, mostly money, but very rarely for respect. But you, it's little of both.
No. I do respect your skill as well.
What are you
And
going to do to him?
There's a lot I want to do. I've been thinking every single day of this journey of what I'm going to do to that waste of oxygen and fur. And honestly, I hate that I'm giving him this much attention. I hate that he is making me. He's making me turn into the bandit my father would have loved. Honestly, I just want to see Jasmine safe. That's what I want to see most. That's what I care about most.
And that
Killing-
is why I respect you.
Thank you. And like I said, I respect your acumen for your love of money and your loyalty to the coin. I respect that. And I do respect that you are helping Mochi get better with their thievery and stealing skills and stealth skills. They do need more friends.
You are the oddest group I have ever worked with. That is for certain.
You've heard that before, trust me. Yeah, I guess it takes an odd bit of fools to save the world, not once, but twice.
Whatever happens tomorrow, I will have your back for it. I know you will make the choice a king make.
Just hoping I live up to that expectation. Still new to this.
Just shrugs, her feathers kind of ruffle in the kind of dampness, and she leans back against the tree. You can see her eyes kind of gleaming in that eye shine sort of way that yours likely do as well. Mm-hmm. And as you both take your watch and look out into the night, you see eventually those streams of smoke dissipate from Wayfair. You don't notice any movement, any light, especially not towards your camp. Perhaps if you were to look off towards the south, you would see that stream of smoke from the other encampment would slowly drift away as well, likely drowning out to the rain. Mm-hmm. And your watch goes without any incident. And a few hours into it, Clarence, you are awakened and it is your turn.
Okay. Alright, Cal, come on.
The skull's actually like floating of its own accord at this point, as it kind of ascends the tree with you. Clarence, go ahead and give me a perception check for your watch.
Perception. That's a 19.
Okay. Looking out into the night, the rain kind of pattering down into your soggy bunny fur. How do you occupy your time during your watch?
I think it's Clarence uncharacteristically sits in silence, and is just like looking out at the trees and just kind of taking it all in. And I know it's raining, but if there's ever like little glimpse of stars or anything like that, Clarence is, taking note.
And there are, from time to time, a few breaks in the clouds here or there. Clarence.
Yes, Cal.
What do you think it means to be good?
Well, I think that's a question that, we ask ourselves all the time. But I think sometimes it means doing the hardest thing that helps the greatest amount of people.
What if that thing... Well... I don't know. I thought I was doing the right thing for a while, but it ended up hurting people more than it helped people. It was really hard, though, if that's any...
Yeah. But were you doing it just for yourself to prove, like, your own power, or to help just somebody that you knew, or you were doing it out of spite or vengeance?
So you're saying selflessness is part of it as well?
I think so. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself, and like we're doing to the Pirate King. But ultimately, taking out the Pirate King has the potential to do more good than bad.
Okay. I'll keep reading. I'm sure it'll make sense before long.
It's not an easy concept, Cal. And I'm not telling you that any of us have a better grasp on this concept than you right now. But I think if remembering to ask yourself why you're doing something could be the mirror that you need to look into every now and then.
Okay, Clarence. I will keep trying. If there's ever opportunities where you think I could step up, I would very much appreciate a recommendation or a nudge in that direction.
Have you ever thought about how many families you could help?
No.
Well, okay, well think about this, right? Like, obviously we just passed through a camp where something probably very questionable and horrible happened. But let's say we did find somebody in the camp that is no longer with us, that has left this world in a way that we know it as, right?
I could have risen them as a zombie and used their unconscious body to fight the forces of evil.
Okay. In one avenue, that could be correct. But I was thinking, because there was no forces of evil to fight right then and there, that instead you could have maybe talked to them.
like about their favorite color? Why
Well,
would I
so
talk?
so you, so you could have asked them like, do they know who did this to them, right? And then you could have asked them like, where was their like next of kin, and then we
Ah.
could have written a nice little letter to them, letting them
Interrogate their
know.
soul. Yes.
Yeah, but like for like facts that would help either us avenge them, which could be doing a good thing, right?
Sure.
Or hold whoever did it to them to a semblance of justice, or just notify their family that this is what happened, so their family isn't just left questioning forever and ever and ever.
All right, Clarence. I will enact a level of necromantic justice, a form of, well, what would you call it? Using my dark, ungodly powers to write a letter to their family.
Yeah, I think this is where we need to reframe how we talk about ourselves.
Like
Well-
a vigilante of sentimentality?
You know, I have some really good books that you need to read about something that was called The Dark Knight, and how they pursued their sense of justice.
Ah, yes, the Batman. Men
Yes.
will really, it's an entire species of them, yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. I believe they live up north because they love just ice. That's where we're going to take our break. Yeah, Clarence, the night goes on. You don't see anything. I needed to have a long, hard look at myself in the mirror after that. So we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Go ahead and do the things. Take care of yourselves. We will be back with even more Humblewood Yonderbound. In the meantime, please enjoy our lovely ad reel. Feel free to support any of our wonderful causes like Fauna and Flora International. And or get yourself something nice with one of our many affiliates where you can find discount codes and custom links and all that kind of stuff on our beacons, beacons.ai/sword and key. Check it all out. We'll be back soon. Bye. Welcome back, humble friends. Welcome back to Humblewood Yonderbound, the second season of Humblewood. Streamed here on
Loud,
Sword.
Derek, loud.
Oh, sorry, your mic just went.
Your mic exploded.
Whoa.
It's better now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it definitely popped off at first.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
I
I think.
apologize. I don't know what happened. Nothing changed, except I sat back down. So, okay. Very sorry about that. Welcome back to Humblewood Yonderbound. I'm so scared of my microphone setup because sometimes, like, I never want anybody to ever hear you, and sometimes, like, hey, I want people on the other side of the world to hear you. And that's what we do with Zoom. I don't need my microphone to do that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sitting through that. We're going to jump right back into things. So, dawn, as far as you can tell, has arrived. The day has arrived once again, although some of you may have awakened earlier than that, depending on your levels of stress for what this day brings. For you know that should everything go to plan, should your travels be unimpeded, you will arrive at Wayfair before the end of today, and your assault on Wayfair and your combat, your battle with Pirate King Balthazar Blackbones will have a conclusion one way or another. So, as you all awaken and break down camp, what little breakdown there is, your minute of taking down the tent, how would you all like to proceed?
Argus will like glide down as the morning is coming, and he'll be like, town's not too far from here. I think we still need to figure out how we're gonna get inside, but doing a nice perimeter sweep might be the best course of action. Maybe there's something we missed, or we can find the pathway there.
Quick point. I do have this disguise kit. Do you think maybe we could disguise Betty as a bandit. But I feel like you could have been a bandit in a different life, you know. You have that fierceness about you.
Yeah, that mom bandit vibe for sure.
Yeah.
While Clarence is making that suggestion, there's just this little red panda paw that sneaks into view and just casts Death Lord on Betty. There you go.
Yeah. Well, and Mochi's already disguised. So if we can disguise Betty to look like a bandit or more bandit like, you know, the road is a little rugged. Then Betty and Mochi can go in as not Betty and Mochi. And then we can just hang out on the perimeter.
And Betty kind of looks over at Mochi and looks back at Clarence. So are we supposed to go in and just assassinate Blackbones? Like,
no, you know, just like open the back door or something, you know.
Oh.
And then we can all sneak in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alternately, just as a backup plan, maybe, I was thinking that if there's a sewer line that exits the city, like an actual sewer that runs under the ground, we may be able to sneak in that way.
Oh.
Just a thought. I mean, I mean, it doesn't sound pleasant. I'm not excited about the idea of sludging through a sewer, but it
That
might
sounds
be a good
so
way
gross.
but it might be a good way to sneak into the city without being seen, because who's watching the exit of a sewer line from a city?
I'm pretty sure we have grates on it where we live.
But do they hear?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Kind of grate here.
Just
What if they use oozes to keep the sewer clean?
We've dealt with oozes before.
Can we keep the oozes this time?
Do you have jars?
No.
Just mason jars full of oozes.
Look. The one class Mochi managed at Humblewood Magic School was ooze husbandry. We had priorities back then. No.
I
the
think
oozes.
getting a nice look at what we're dealing with from as far as we can manage.
When it comes to like having a look first, I still don't have anything worth 1,000 gold to scry with, but I do still have the Eye of Starsight. We could like try the Eye of Starsight. Have a look. I mean, I'm already disguised, so I'm okay. I'm just. Oh, there's no. I don't think there's a non-rude way to say this. I don't think Betty is very bandity.
Thank you.
And we don't all have your natural inclination for drama, Clarence.
Drama. Betty's like really fierce.
She's super fierce, but she's not bandit fierce. She's hero mom fierce. Like, they're gonna get one look at her and go like, gosh, she's coming to clean up this town, and they'd be right.
Betty is like standing there with her hands on her hips, just like, yeah.
Like, she's coming in there to send all of them to their rooms, and if they don't listen, she's gonna bite them. Never mind. I won't describe how she eats people's throats.
That was one time.
It was very impressive.
It wasn't the one time. One time is all it
It
takes.
happened one time.
It's very impressive.
Hey, take it from me. You throw a chair at one guy one time, and that becomes your whole personality.
Not wrong. You start one little cult, and nobody lets you forget it.
For now, let's just see what we're walking into before we make any plans to go through sewers or disguise anybody's moms as anybody's
sure.
moms.
For sure. I think it's definitely a good idea to get closer so we can see what we're dealing with.
We do know that they have cannons, so we will have to watch over those.
We were really good at being sneaky yesterday, so we can just be sneaky again today.
But they were pretty specific about where the cannons were focused, right? They were focused on the roads going into the town and focused on the waterway, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what does he think?
Points towards our friend,
Our Ferdinand.
our Ferdinand.
Ferdinand
Our
Lorelei.
friend for 26 more days? Something like that.
Yes, as he's like counting down, like, yep, no, still your friend.
Still your friend
Still your friend.
for now.
Dun dun dun.
Well, I think that as much as I appreciate all of your opinions, we did hear that the cannons would be pointed towards obvious entrances. So likely, very much as if I were to set a trap, it would be towards a main pathway that others could not otherwise avoid, which is how I call all of you. You all coming from the jungle is probably not something he would necessarily expect. It might have some scouts out in the trees as we get closer. The smart thing to do, but we're also catching up a little unawares as we're arriving earlier than he would otherwise expect. And as far as we can tell, has had no word of our impending arrival, thanks to your dealings with Mr. Squelch. As far as I can tell, avoid the cannons, and from what I know about cannons, most of them take 2 folk to manage. One to aim, one to fire. So, really, cannons are less important than the pirates that man them.
Maybe.
Honestly, if
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead, Liz.
Oh, maybe we send Lorelei ahead to scout the trees.
Yes, I
that-
could absolutely do that.
Just
I
that
was
way
going to
as
sneak
we're-
in and
Mm.
I was going to
Cheers.
sneak in and release the bird girlfriend wife.
Oh,
And
yes.
yes. So
Do
you
have
all
the
are on your own. I am not helping any of you. That is not my job. I am not paid.
Do you have the coin? Like looking over Demochi.
Mochi, let's go ahead and do a roll off to see who has the coin.
All right.
You can now do
Now
a
that
sleight of hand.
he knows that the game is on, that there's a game.
Snuck
he
into the
has-
tent in the middle of the night and stole it while you were sleeping.
I wasn't on watch. I will have words with anyone who was on watch.
I have words
Stealth,
with
I was in a tree.
stealth or sleight of hand?
You can do either, whichever one is higher.
I've done better. 25.
She looks to your pocket, and then basically the coin appears in her like little feathered hands. She goes, "Oh, no, where did this come from? So weird, so wild." And it like
great.
disappears into her little sleight of hand. She got
All right,
27.
who was on watch?
I mean, that was technically that was me, so I did technically watch that stuff happen.
I just watched it happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
I trusted you, Argus.
It's
It
a game
happened
between,
before you went to sleep.
It's a game. It's a game between you two. If you're doing things, if you're gotta be always on watch, even when sleeping.
I'll figure out a way to do that. Just you wait.
I'm sure you will. All right.
Set your duplicate to watch.
You said you want to get to watch.
No, Mochi was just going to, like, next time she sleeps anywhere near Lorelei, just sleep under her summoned celestial.
And target Lorelei specifically as a target. As an enemy.
Yes.
A, that is some bullshit. B, I like a challenge. Okay.
So
All right.
we're gonna go in the jungle
It says-
and handle some scouts.
Yeah.
Okay, so sending Lorelei ahead. You all have the plan to continue through the jungle, following the bandit trails until you reach town of Wayfair. It is also worth noting that if you are following a trail, this is a trail that the pirates would be aware of. Just throwing that out there. Okay. Continuing on then, perception checks from everyone, please. And it is day, so these will not be a disadvantage if you don't have a light source.
Also not an advantage if you like dusk shit. That face.
Go ahead and shout out what you got.
21.
21, very nice.
9.
19.
Okay.
Hang on, I have to scroll up.
So much things.
So many things. I keep doing this to myself. Perception. Dirty 20.
Okay, fantastic. So, Clarence kind of hanging towards the back then. More just like you and Cal are kind of having this quiet. I mean, you're able to converse psychically, but there definitely is a lot of, okay, so I've learned about the trolley problem. So, and going to like the philosophy of like good and evil. So first of all, I learned about trolleys. That's new. Mopak are wild for that one.
You're welcome.
It's highly efficient.
Let's go ahead and get some new stealth rolls. Stealth for the new day.
Nope, nope.
Oh, Fraggle Rock. We're not having that. I'm not taking that.
I love Fraggle Rock being an expletive.
I do have a blessing of the trickster for someone who's feeling unstealthy today.
Betty
I
today.
feel like maybe Betty would be benefiting from a blessing of the trickster.
Your divine calling tells you Betty could probably use this.
That or my ears.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna use my. I have an advantage already if somebody else needs it. So, but I wrote that was a solid 1, so
Oof.
I'd rather not do that.
Just use the blessing of the trickster.
Okay,
It's fine.
okay. Let's try that again. How dare you?
Hath also wants you to be quieter.
That's a 17. That's much better. Yes, thank you.
All right. What about Clarence?
Unnatural 20.
Very nice. Argus?
And natural 20 for 27.
Very nice. And Butchie.
28.
All right. Averaging out then, including Ferdinand. So the 5 of you. Ferdinand got an 18, by the way. Average 22. Very nice. Even better than yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Maneuvering even more silently than before somehow, your wagon plugging along at the tail end of your group as Ferdinand makes sure to keep his breathing to a minimum and the wheels continue not to squeak, having been thoroughly WD-40'd. You all push through the jungle. This area is a little bit narrower than the area before. Perhaps not as well tread, or perhaps there's a level of like, the area before was definitely one that had been walked side by side. You know, it's wide enough. This area is very narrow, like single file walking through, and anytime that you try to like stray from the path just a little bit, there's a vine that catches your foot, or a tree root that sticks out a little too much, or a patch of thorns that pricks at you just a little bit. Nothing enough to leave damage, but it's just kind of clear that like this is the more hidden side of the path, oddly enough, and perhaps maybe an indicator that the pirates were leaving to visit Halara from time to time on their little stakeouts, and then traveling back in the evenings. Still, you continue your journey mostly unimpeded, aside from the little bits and barbs along the way, but no sweet smells of deathly flowers, no great beasts swooping down from the tree line above, and at least at first you hear a little bit of rustle in the tree as above you, but as you see a flash of black feathers, you realize it's just Lorelei kind of doing her anime shit in the top layer of the trees. Continuing along, it's to the point where you can start to smell wood smoke. And you can't necessarily see through the trees just yet, but you can reason that you are getting pretty close to Wayfair at this point. Is there anything you all wanted to prepare before you reach the point of potentially being seen?
I got no magic to prepare, so I'm ready to just do the dang thing.
I I think Clarence will put away their weapon and take out their musical instrument.
Okay. Clarence, I just want to let you know that I won't be able to help as much because I'm going to be sourcing magic through you. But should the worst happen, I will not let you or your friends fall for long. To the best of my ability.
Okay, but like maybe don't raise us as zombies. I think you have to ask
No,
permission
no.
first.
I learned that necromancy is best done consensually.
Yeah. Okay.
The growth. It's incredible.
The growth, we love to see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Basically, everything Mochi is going to want to be using is like a 1 hour or less thing. So other than the Death Ward that's up, I don't think I'm casting anything in preparation.
Betty doesn't have anything to prepare, but I think as we get to the point where there's a wall around the city, right? I think
There's a wall around Halara. Wayfair is just a jungle village. It, as far as you can tell, does not have a wall around it.
Oh, okay. Well, I think as we get to a point where we're, I don't know, maybe they've cleared trees around the village to make it easier to see into the edge of the forest. When it starts to get too easy to see, I think we're going to discuss stopping to leave the cart behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hear what Lorelei figured out, I assume.
Yeah, as you traverse a little bit further, Lorelei does drop from the tree. She gives a little whistle that is... It's not like an obvious sort of thing at first. You know, you're like, oh, is this a bird call? I'm still not sure if birds exist in this world. Is it... You know, is it something like a whistle going through the trees? But as it happens in short repetition, she drops down from the tree line above, like clearing enough space that she like drops in front of you, trying not to scare. And as she does, she drops a few like short swords, a couple of scimitars, a couple of pistols at your feet. Done.
Thank you.
They were more surprised to see me than I was to see them.
Sure
Wait,
that's the case.
wait,
Wait, they saw you?
Done as in you've rescued Killer Queen? She's free?
Oh, no, these were
Oh!
just the people that were waiting to kill you in the tree line. No, I have not gotten to the village just yet. I was going to
Thank
wait
you.
for you. That would be ridiculous. I'm not doing everything for you.
No. Sad.
We appreciate this. And, like, looks at all the weapons. How many are there?
There's, between the weapons, depending on how heavily armored or armed these pirates were, maybe 4 or maybe like 2 really heavily armed pirates.
All right. Hey, getting paid the big bucks. Appreciate that.
Yes, I'm hoping to level up after this.
I'm hoping to level up too.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for taking out the scouts. If there are any more, we will certainly handle them as well.
I got to the, at least as far as I can tell, the far edge of the village. They are waiting, but they are not waiting very well. I hear a lot of chatter, and they are not, they are making their positions very clear, easy to see.
They're not
Very
on
clear.
guard. Gotcha.
Eh.
Thanks.
I'm going to move you all over to the battle map.
Battle map.
We'll try to make better use of this one than we did of your cool rooftops.
Hey, that's okay. There'll be other games for that rooftop fight. I appreciate you all played well. You all are going to be coming out at the very edge of the map, right here, the very top part of the map. You're going to be coming out right behind this large building here. So it will kind of block your view of a lot, but you can see that there is this large wooden structure which has a straw roof to it. It's about a 1 story tall, but it is raised on stilts. And it does not have any obvious windows on this side. As you can see, a lot of like the jungle growth is growing up right up onto this structure.
How much off the ground would you say it was?
Right around 4 feet off the ground. So as you
Oh.
approach, you can see like legs and beings moving on the other side of it. You could like, go under this building for sure. And you can definitely see the wheels of what you presume to be a cannon, as well as from your vantage point, what would that be? 2, 4, 6, 8? Is that right? 2, 4, 6? Yeah, 8 beings that you could see, and at least 2 cannons from where you are. And you can definitely hear talking as well. There's a lot of voices kind of chatting.
Well, Clarence being 3'5", will be going under the building.
Okay.
Alternately, what if we set the building on fire to cause a distraction?
Fire, good lord.
Lorelei looks
Why
at you
do
and
I
she
always
goes,
end up surrounded by people who want to burn things down?
Look, I'm just saying.
So, like, pat the top of their head, be like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Lorelei looks at you and she goes, listen, I respect the energy you're putting out there. Fairly certain that Killer Queen is in this building. So
Oh,
I would very much appreciate you not making my job
in this
so much
building?
harder.
Wait, in the building we're right next to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Right.
come up right against because of the path that you decided to take, you've come up right against, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell this, but the largest building in the town in this village of Wayfair, that has been the headquarters of Balthazar Blackbones. And as you are kind of like listening out now for all of the voices, you can hear one cutting through all the rest that seems to be a more commanding tone. And is directing about several of the others. As you can see, some of the legs running about here and there to see to the orders of this more commanding voice.
Is there-
So,
Is there-
just checking. Are we like getting Killer Queen sneakily, and then sneaking all the way into the camp to kill the pirate Captain King thing, or what's the? Figured Argus would just do the whole thing where he like declared himself present and demanded that the king would come duel him, and we just killed everyone while they were watching.
I mean, it worked the last time we did that.
It's true. We could also free Killer Queen, and then she can help us fight.
And also free Killer Queen and then just leave.
I didn't
He'd
think that
be
was an option.
so pissed. He would be
sturdy-
so angry.
How sturdy is this building? Like, is it a thatch building? Is it wood? No, there's a specific reason I'm asking.
Sure.
It is a thatch roof. So it does have like a firm wooden structure to it.
Okay.
You know, this is the kind of place where repairing and replacing like rotting wood is something that must be done somewhat frequently. And this structure, this town, this village is very important as a literal wayfare point. So in that sense, it is well structured, well held together. The thatch roof is reinforced to block out, a lot of rain. So yeah, it'd be pretty tough to like cut through or take down easily. It's not gonna go down easily, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Okay, that good, because that's what I was asking, was like, is there a way for us to enter through the side of the building, or if there is
The bottom of the building?
or the bottom of the building, which I suppose there could be trapdoors. We haven't looked, so there could be trapdoors leading up into the building. But even if there were like windows along like this side, Or
To be fair though,
something
are we
over
overcomplicating this? Lorelei was going to get Killer Queen. Why are we involved?
isn't what's his face in this building as well, or are we just hearing him in the general
He was
cacophony?
somewhere giving orders. Doesn't mean he's in the building.
We just can we just can't see him because of the building in front of us.
Right.
So like looking if we can like bend down because you said this is like 4 feet off the ground, or right?
Yes.
So like if we bent down, could we see the numbers, the line of people here?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something Clarence has already seen. So yeah, as Arcus, as you bend down, you'd be able to see 8 sets of legs, at least 2 cannons, and then like you can kind of tell through the haze because again, still raining, still very overcast. You can see that the village goes on, and there's maybe a little bit of a drop off, some other structures, and then you can definitely see like lines of smoke that are kind of being blocked a little bit by the rain. But you can definitely smell wood smoke where the people have made fires despite how wet everything is.
So we can't see inside. I have my bracelet, right? My bracelet, my engagement ring, as it were, or my wedding ring, I should say. And like he'll like tap it if Morse code's a thing.
Sure can be. Yeah.
Just be like, we'll signal a code phrase that I'm sure the two of them have for like safety purposes to make sure that like no one else is attuned to this thing.
Yeah, you have you know, shave and a haircut, whatever it
Yeah.
happens to be. She does respond back.
Then I will Morse code outside. I don't know cardinal directions of this specific spot, but like, we'll be like outside the building, right against the wall. Are you alone?
She would tap back, no.
They're not alone in there. So, is the captain in there?
No. But she would tap back, and this might take a sec, but Captain has key.
Might not need key.
Just tap. Okay.
Captain's got the key, but they're not in there, so they might be outside. Or might be in one of the other buildings. If we're set to set a distraction while Lorelei does their thing, then I'm all for it.
Okay, so do you want to be like dimension doored into the middle of the bandits, or?
Do you want like thaumaturgy and smoke and flames for a big entrance?
How far does Dimension Door go?
150.
Yeah.
It's the whole map.
Yeah.
It's the map.
You can. It is. I believe it's like 500 feet.
Oh
right?
wow.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 500 feet,
Some
and then you
crazy
can go.
distance, yeah.
That's like the max distance you can go.
Well, if we dimension door, then that puts you in danger too, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'll be with you. How much danger am I in when I'm with you?
Oh.
If we want to make a performance of it, then that's the best course of action. Is everyone up to it? Everyone feeling good?
Yep.
You can't take that many of us, right? It just you and
Only
one. Other?
one
Yeah. Okay.
willing creature.
I could take another one.
That's the whole group right there.
I'm
so
assuming
good. Ferdinand.
And as Ferdinand, Soren, Lorelai's Lorelai.
Lorelai's on her own.
I
Yeah.
feel like Soren would be doing Soren sand things right now underneath the building.
And this whole thing
Yeah.
is sand, right?
Like Soren's like somewhere way underground and got distracted talking to a mole rat or something, asking about its day. Do you live here?
They're gonna explode.
Why does it rain? Soren,
Oh
focus.
my gosh. They start like pulling people underground into the sand.
I was gonna say,
That
does
would be
Soren
amazing.
actually have tangling vines? Because that would be, or something like that. That would be super helpful right now.
We'll never know.
We'll never.
Right, I can check his character sheet. Give me one moment, please.
One big sand pit.
I just feel like Soren underneath the building casting tangling vines like out in a cone or something to all of these people out front might be super helpful.
Yeah.
And something easy to maintain that we don't have to like really manage.
No managing.
Send me a character sheet, but maybe he did not. Oh no,
Alas.
there are two. He did make one. I don't know if I necessarily have access to it. So
Okay.
while you will go ahead and plan to not have it, and I will see if I can find it here.
All right. Where would we
I
want
think
to?
we're just dimension dooring in and making a big fucking fuss.
Yeah. Where would we want to teleport both of our selections? Like where
Is
would...
this our bad guy here? He looks a little different than the rest of them.
So the one that actually, yes, that is Captain Balthazar on the map.
Okay. Would we be able to tell that from seeing like his ankles? Is he wearing especially shiny boots?
He is not.
Here,
So, Captain Balthazar Blackbones is a Sita, which is similar to Captain Fairweather. Captain Fairweather is like a bright red, parrot. You would see, kind of bird feet with little spurs on them, and you would see that he is kind of like tromping around, and he's the only one that's not running from place to place at this
Okay.
point. If you were like, we're going to carry some of those perceptions. A few of you with those higher perceptions would tell that the more commanding voice is coming from that individual. And you'd see like a long cloak kind of streaming down to where
of
the
course he's
bird
wearing
feet
a
kind of are.
cloak.
Why these radicals? What a pretentious.
Of course he's wearing a cloak. Pretentious.
No
kid.
capes.
No capes. Okay, where do we want to put our little groupie group?
Oh, wow. I was just thinking we just go like right out front. It's like right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is where like 4 cannons can get to us.
But are they going to want to, one, adjust,
Yeah.
two, fire
Fair.
into each other?
Yeah, cannons are ranged.
Are they?
Also,
Is that how that works?
it's raining right now, so they're might be.
We
a
got the
little
powder wet.
Look,
They might. Have
you
issues with
point,
that powder.
I dimension door.
How do you feel about that, Argus? Just
wanna
right
be
out front?
right out front sounds perfect.
Right out front?
Go big or go home. Let's go stab some guys, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
big fight.
So happy to stab some guys.
I like how our plan is, let's not plan, just fight.
Just go on instinct.
Yep. Look, got her so far. 4 seasons in a movie. Right, say when.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and, as you dimension door, we will roll for initiative, and I will get you all a. If you are attacking immediately, I will give you all a surprise round.
I think a nice opening volley is good. We can talk after we attack them if we want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as soon as you move your character tokens, we will roll for initiative.
Nope. Hang on. I have the wrong thing selected.
Me too.
Eddie, I'm bringing you. Don't stay back there.
Nope, I was looking for where you were.
Fair enough.
All right.
Music got real epic.
Yup.
This is Like a Tiger. It's going with Epidemic.
Perfect.
Let's go ahead and get some initiative rolls. Is anybody above a 20? All right, 15 to 20.
19.
19.
18.
17.
Yeah! Clarence did it.
Clarence at the start of the pack. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so that is 3 19s? Is that correct? Or was Clarence an 18?
18.
I was at 18.
Okay, so between Argus and Mochi, who would you like to go first?
You mind if I take the honor of this?
We're technically at the same time. I just want to do the thaumaturgy while you're doing the cool speech, you know?
Okay, that is fine. I will have Argus with the 19,
Yeah.
and then Mochi also with the 19, and then Clarence the 18, and then Liz, you said Betty had a 17?
17, correct.
Nice clump there.
All right. Well, that's everybody. Incredible. Okay. We'll toss Soren in wherever he needs to go next time. Just in case. And that is our order then. So, as you all dimension door in, materializing in front of the pirate captain, the pirate king, Balthazar Blackbones. What kind of bird is he? I had this looked up. He is a palm cockatoo. So he has a raised frill on his head. His feathers are ashen black with red patches on either side of his face. You notice that one of his eyes has an eye patch over it, with his own Jolly Roger symbol on it, this black bird skull on this red eye patch. And all about you can see his flags flying anywhere that flags would fly in the town of Wayfair. On either side of you, you see that there are cannons with surprised pirates standing at them. And as Captain Blackbones reaches for his saber, he has his captain's coat draped over his shoulders. He opens his mouth to shout as you all appear, but this is your surprise round, so he doesn't get out a word. What would you all like to do?
Argus is like standing there, already bringing it down. As they were teleporting, he was already lifting it up to swing it.
Okay.
And he just brings the thing down on top of their head as they're opening their mouth to scream.
Okay. Go ahead and roll and tag.
So, when you have a surprise round, it's the full round of actions, right?
Yes, so we're going to go through the whole round of actions. They don't get to do anything. It's as if they were stunned, essentially. So
Cool.
it's going to go through all of your turns and then wrap back around.
Gotcha. So let me roll that. Does the surprise round give you advantage, or is it just flat rolls?
It's just flat rolls.
Okay, then that's a 27 to hit.
Yes, that absolutely hits.
For 17 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 does not hit.
Interesting. Okay.
As after the first one strikes down, he has been able to draw his blade and deflects this scimitar, your curved pirate sword, deflects your hammer away after the first hit.
I'm here to collect my wife.
There's a little smile that creeps up on his face. I thought we were going to make a trade.
No trades. Only death.
I can agree to that.
That's
Okay. So, anything else for your turn, Argus?
no.
Cool. With that, then, it goes to Mochi.
Yeah. The main focus will be Argus on Pirate King. So Mochi's gonna be doing what some people might call crowd control. So 60 feet away, right around here, where I put that cute little petrol circle, we'll be casting Dawn, a 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of bright light, where everyone needs to make a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage. And it's gonna stay there, and I can move it in next rounds. Mochi is over this.
Hey. I am too.
Haven't even started yet, and Mochi's already done with it.
I am already done with these people.
Just
Very
calling down
needed.
God rays
Yes, thank
to
you.
blast on people.
So you put the circle in that little group there.
Yes.
And what? I'm sorry. What's the radius?
30 feet radius, 40
30
foot
feet,
high.
okay.
Jesus.
Figured I could get some birds, you know, if they're flying.
I don't know if there's birds. I still don't know. Okay.
Still don't
So
know.
that is going to get 6 of them. And what is
Yeah.
the saving throw?
Constitution. It's not a very high DC, but maybe they'll fail, and otherwise they take half. You know, it's always a little something.
Okay. So for some of them, the Constitution is +1. For some, it's +2. So
I might have
let's see.
options here.
Say 3 and 3. Okay, that is a 10
Fail.
and a 14.
Fail.
Okay, then they all failed.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Nice. Don't fall off my desk. 11, 16, 18 radiant right now.
Okay.
And Dom just sort of stays there. You know, just hangs out. Just a cylinder of daylight. Mochi really took inspiration from that Sun Queen thing back at Halara.
Yeah. Okay. So out of the gloom, this blast of daylight erupts. And I'm gonna say I don't think you're able to damage the cannon, but I am gonna double check that is true. Anything else for your turn, Moch?
Nah. I think we're good. It doesn't damage the cannon, it specifically says creatures.
Fair enough.
So the cannon sadly is alright. Though it's very hard to see out of it. They're kind of sort of half blinded, so maybe they don't aim as well. That'd be nice.
That absolutely, I think, would be a fair thing to say.
Oh, also,
nec-
they have
yes.
to make the same saving throw if they end their turn in the cylinder. So if they like stand there like morons.
Good to note. Thank you.
Just putting it out there.
Clarence, it is your turn. Actually, did I? No, I didn't. Never mind. We're good. Yes, Clarence, go for it.
It's me. Okay.
It's you.
Clarence, seeing Mochi doing crowd control.
I'm helping.
Bill. Do I get to do like my full like bonus action and action thing?
Yeah, it's a full turn.
Oh, okay. Cool. Because we'll definitely bonus action that form of dread.
Okay.
So, except this time, Clarence, again surrounded by that shadowy energy, looks a little decayed. But instead of having glowing red gem eyes like Cal, Clarence's own eyes become like glowing and gem-like, but stay like their original color and everything.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm transformed. If things hit me, they get frightened. I'm immune to being frightened, and I get bonus hit points, so I will go for those. Oh, that's nice. So that's 5 bonus hit points. Okay. And so that's step 1, and then Clarence is going to be playing their lute and menacingly growling at the Pirate King, as Clarence is now going to cast Hold Person on the Pirate King. And I would also like to use one of my crits to make him roll at disadvantage. His DC is 16.
Alrighty.
Amazing.
DC 16, what kind of save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Alright. A +6 wisdom save. So... Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's... This isn't a charm, this is Hold Person. So... I had a 13 on the dice, so that is a 19.
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage, absolutely. You did say that. Yeah, that was an 18, so that is 13 wisdom.
Okay. Clarence has many more spell slots for that.
Good. Okay. Anything else for your turn, Clarence?
Good.
Cool.
Would I see that Clarence is doing that? I'm close enough, right? I'm like right next to him.
I think that would be fair to say.
I can use reactions in the surprise round?
Okay.
Question? I can, right? You can still use
You
reactions
can use,
in the
yeah, you
surprise
can
round.
use reactions, yes.
Beautiful. I invoke the Amaranthine, and the king rolled a 2.
Yes. Okay.
I have to
so
check my sheet if
Balthazar
I can do this
Blackbones-
in a surprise round, but I think I can.
Okay. In that sense, yes, Balthazar Blackbones has rolled a 2 then and is now held.
Perfect. I like to picture as the paralyzing effect is creeping its way over his body. That Clarence is just like,
We give it a chance to bow down, and now you will be scrubbed from the face of this world.
All smiles.
Adorable.
All smiles, glowing
And then,
eyes.
yeah, the king is
Terrifying.
almost shaking it off until Mochi goes, "Yeah, what Clarence said."
Ah.
Hath symbol glowing.
Okay. Cool.
We should not
Betty.
be in a party together.
Betty, it is your turn.
Well, that changes what I'm gonna do. Since he's held, there's no point for me to taunt him because he probably won't be able to attack next turn. So,
You can taunt him and still like, haha.
yeah, yeah. No, I think I'm going to ready an attack. I'm just gonna take out my bill hook, and if anybody near me, especially this guy here right in front of me, makes any sudden moves, stabby stab.
Okay. Alrighty then. That will get us, since the pirates are still surprised, that will get us all the way back to the top of the turn order then, which gets us to Balthazar Blackbones. In that sense, I believe he can... Sure, there's anything he can necessarily do for his turn because he is being held. Yeah, but I do believe he gets to do his save at the end of his turn.
Yes, another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That is a 15 on the die, so he does succeed. And the hold is broken. However, you have also made him skip his turn. So, we move along then to Argus once again.
Seeing him that he like freezes, but then relaxes. Argus is just good. I wanted you to move, and then he's just gonna be just knocking him senseless with the hammer.
Yeah, go for it.
We're going to attack. We're gonna action surge already. Fuck it. We're gonna just do the whole thing. 21. Nope. I'm sorry. That's a 24. I can read.
24 just hits.
God.
He has
Wow.
So he has a reaction of what's for pirate. He is considered a pirate admiral. He has a defensive stance, so
Gotcha.
he can raise his AC up to 4. So that does hit.
Gotcha. So that's that's since I just hit. That's like a 13 damage.
13
makes
damage,
sense.
very nice.
And then second attack, another 24 to hit.
Yeah.
That's another 13 damage.
Okay, so 26 in total.
2 more attacks coming away. That one's a miss. That's only a 14.
Okay.
And then the last one is a 26 to hit
Yes, absolutely.
for 14 more damage. And I'm going to add on to it. Is it a bonus action you said? Let's see. Yeah, on a hit, I'm going to deal an extra 5d6 damage to him with blindside.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. For another 19 damage. And then as a bonus action, he needs to make me a intelligence saving throw, DC 17,
Okay.
as I'm going to use misdirection to make them attack their ally.
Intelligence save. He has a only a +1 to his intelligence save. I am going to use my personal point of inspiration for doing the recap today.
You bastard.
That's what we get for not doing the recap ourselves.
That is a 16.
Total?
16 total.
They fail, so they have to
Okay.
attack an ally of my choice within 5 feet of them, and they have someone next to them that I would like you to hit for me.
For sure. Is it on this turn or is it on their next turn?
It's on. They waste the reaction this turn. Oh no,
Okay.
that's if they don't have a creature within 5 feet of them. On a failure, they must spend the reaction to attack a creature of your choice within 5 feet of them.
Okay. Since it technically didn't get a reaction for this because you were going to hit it either way, we will have Balthazar Blackbones. His scimitar goes wide, and he turns and he says, "Who is this next to him? Damn it, Mr. Squatch! Do something about it!" And he is going to kind of smack the pirate next to him with his blades. So let's go ahead and do an attack for him. This will be a +10 to hit. So it's a 21, which I'm pretty sure hits Mr. Squawk. Yeah, absolutely does. So Mr. Squawk is going to take 16. What is that? It's 22 points of damage. And is poisoned. And yeah, I guess the other one doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and hurt Mr. Squawk here.
Sorry, not sorry, Mr. Squawk.
Mr. Squawk has it coming.
That's
And-
hey, join my kingdom, and you don't have to worry about bad bosses ever again.
And there, Mr. Squawk is poisoned, which will give him disadvantage. Nope, not dead. Not yet. There we go. Okay. Argus, anything else for your turn?
That is my turn. I'm not moving, so that's my turn total.
Fair enough. Mochi, it is your turn.
Huzzah. Let's see. How does... I'm sorry, I have a lot of new spells that I'm reading because they're super cool and I've never used them before.
Yeah, you're totally fine.
And I kind of didn't think... I keep wanting to call them bandits, but I think Argus would be very upset with me. Did the pirates in the dawn have a turn? Did they stay there? Did they walk out? Did they save?
Because that was a surprise round, they
didn't get to do
have not gotten
anything.
correct.
But okay, but are still there.
Yes.
Yes.
In that case, they are gonna take the damage again, because then I don't have to move it.
Yeah.
They get another Constitution saving throw, and I don't have to use anything to move it. Yeah. DC 16 again.
Okay. DC 16. So let's see. So the first one saved, they got a 17. The second one's a fail. They rolled a 2.
Save is half damage.
Okay.
Oh, I can't do math. 16 and 8.
16 and 8.
No, like 16 and 8 put together. How much is that?
Oh, that's 22. No, 24.
See, it's hard. 24.
Yeah.
So 24 and 12.
24 and 12. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'm on my eighth hour of D&D today. It's the math has left
you
me.
poor thing.
No, it's very fun, but the math isn't mathing anymore.
Mochi, you have taken out 3 of these lesser pirates.
Yeah, lesser pirates. Judgmental.
Is that what they're called?
No.
It's their stat block, lesser pirates.
That's raw.
So
They're
because
like
of
interns.
Yes. Yeah, they're the pirate interns. Because of the level that you are at, we have a mixture of stat blocks of, and actually using the 2024 rules because they actually did some interesting stuff with pirates and actually made pirates more formidable. So Balthazar is a pirate admiral. There's a handful of pirate captains. There's a handful of standard pirates. And then also just for the fun of it, there's a GIF pirate? GIF shipmate. So I'm using a little bit of the GIF shipmate.
A little of everything.
Just a little bit of it.
But you said a pirate admiral?
Pirate Admiral is what Balthazar's using, which they finally bumped up. Because Pirate Captain in the old Monster Manual was like a CR3. It was very low tier. But yeah, Balthazar has definitely bumped up a little bit.
Yes.
Let's see.
Alright, so I don't have to do anything. Dawn is just existing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that we're going to prepare for shenanigans and when things go horribly wrong, so we're going to invoke my duplicate. And I'd like my duplicate... My brain is melting. I'm sorry, it's so late. I would like my duplicate to be behind Balthazar, please.
Okay. Yes, let me drop a multiple Mochi.
Yeah. Mochi the second. That's my action. Do I need to bonus anything? I wish it'll accept your waste if you don't use your bonus action.
They don't always make it easy for clerics.
No. Yeah, we're not healing yet, so... I think we're just gonna chill.
Okay.
Dawn and chill.
Perfect. Next up, then, we have Clarence.
Oh, okay. Right. No, sorry. My brain was like, wait a second, what?
I'm Clarence.
I'm just so, yeah, I'm so used to this going last, you know? I was like, wait, are you sure?
Wait, I still started a round. What do you mean you're talking to me?
What? I'm like the third one to go. Okay. Okay. All right. Choices. I think we're gonna go with this choice though. Okay, 10-foot cube. Okay, good. That's what we're working with. So we are going to use we're gonna use, wait, what save is this? Okay, no, we're good. We're gonna use Phantasmal Force.
Okay.
on the Pirate King. Oh god, only what I can make him see can only take up a 10-foot cube. However, I want him to see one of the like deadly slimes that we fought in the beginning of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In like the as if it like appeared next to him.
Okay.
Like where like duplicate mochi, like it's like the square below duplicate mochi essentially.
Yeah, he's seeing something terrifying. The ooze next to him. Sure.
Yes. So he does need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
I would like to use another crit to make him use that at disadvantage.
Okay. That was a nat 20 on the first one. That is a 17 on the second. So, yeah, with a +1, a 17.
Okay. He saves.
Sorry about
it. It's fine. And then let's see here. We get to do a bonus action. I think I'm just gonna use my bonus action to give Argus some bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So that is up to a D10 now. You can add. And that's everything.
Okay. In that case, I should have mentioned Ferdinand has wrapped around the building and has engaged with this pirate next to the cannon on the far right. And it is now Betty's turn. Betty, what would you like to do?
Betty is going to use that taunt ability now that our grand pirate captain is able to actually move. And we're gonna say something like, oh gosh, I don't know, like, if you think Argus is so big and bad, wait until you fight me. I'm a bigger challenge. You might be surprised. Something to maybe make him want to take on a bigger challenge, I guess.
Okay.
So he needs to roll a wisdom saving throw. And I, if possible, would also like to utilize one of my crits to make him roll at disadvantage since he's got that really strong +6.
Mm-hmm. And this is targeted at the captain?
Correct.
Okay. All right, first roll was a 15, second roll was a nat 20, so that is a
Fuck.
21 with disadvantage.
Hey, we're getting all the roll big rolls out.
That's true. That's 2 nat 20s I've missed out on. So
Yowza. Holy shit.
Well, that does nothing then. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. That'll do
Wouldst
it.
thou like to rage?
My rage really doesn't do a whole lot for me, unfortunately.
Hey, it keeps you healthy because if you get hit,
keeps you healthy. Take your vitamins.
take your vitamins.
Okay. In that case, we are going to go to the pirates' turns, and with several of them in the middle of, well, I guess only a handful left set in this dawn, they are going to make a mad dash away from the dawn. This one that is further south is going to just go running for the shore and will maneuver down the hill. I think that's about as far as they can get with dash and that terrain there. The other ones here, let's see. 30, so they can at least get here, and then we'll have this one, let's see, 10, 20, just about right there. Okay. These two are going to make pistol attacks. So they get 3 attacks with their pistols, and then have to take a bonus action to reload. But if you want to think of like Assassin's Creed, they have 3 pistols on them. They're going to fire all 3 in quick succession. So this is a +7 to hit. The first one is going to target Clarence. The second one is definitely going to target Mochi for very obvious reasons. So Mochi, that is a 25. That is a nat 1, and that is a 23 to hit. Clarence, that is a 19. That is only a 9, and that is a 17. So I believe all of
We
those
both get hit twice.
both get hit twice. Okay. In that case, you are going to take. Let's see. I'll just use average damage for both. You're both going to take 30 points of piercing damage, and that is with both attacks. Let's see, for the other pirates, and especially because you have essentially taken out a cannon, as that cannon has been abandoned. This cannon hasn't. I am going to fire an AoE, area of effect, at this little grouping of Argus, Clarence, and Mochi right here. It's going to land in about a 10-foot spot there. Has a +6 to hit, and that's only a 12. So I don't think that actually hits any of you. So you would watch as the cannon is going to misfire, and these 2 pirates are going to have to take their turn to reload. Let's see, for everyone else, we've got 1 more cannon that, well, I guess 2 more cannons that could reasonably hit. So they're going to be targeting that little splotch of you. No, that's only a 10. And that will hit. That is a 21. So you all, Shadow, why don't you roll me a d6?
A D6?
Yes.
Gladly. That's a 3.
Okay. This is a blast of fire that is going to land in the middle of you. As you notice, the cannons aren't loaded with gunpowder. They are loaded very much similar to the pistol that you found on Mr. Squelch, and are using elemental gems to do their damage. So you all are going to take. Where is my cannon stuff? There we go. No, that's ridiculous. I think it's 3d10, not 8d10, because that's insane.
That's insane.
You're going to take 21 points of fire damage from that cannon. That will be their turn, their turn, their turn. There are 3 more, especially with the cannon as close as it is. I don't think they're willing to fire at you all. So I'm going to have, let's see, Mr. Squawk is going to attack Betty.
At disadvantage, he's poisoned.
Yes, he is poisoned. He will have disadvantage, as well as Mr. Gnarls and Mr. Barkley there will all
Do they all have
attack.
names?
They all have names. I gave
I'm
them
proud
all.
of you.
I gave them all little piratey names because they don't need first names. They just need a Mr. something. So that's my Charles Barkley reference, is to call them Gnarls Barkley.
Yes.
So let's see. Betty, these are. I think they're just pirates. What are they? 2 are just pirates. 1 is a pirate captain. So let's resolve the pirate captain first. That is going to be 3 rapier attacks, all the +7. That's only a 9. That is a 17. That is a nat 20. Does a 17 hit?
It surely
Yes.
does.
All with
Okay.
disadvantage? Crazy.
Well, that's Was that Mr.
Mr. Squawk.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There should have been disadvantage. I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gotta make sure. I was like, dude, disadvantage? That's what goddamn.
None hit. Thank you so much for that reminder, Christian. I appreciate that. Okay, regular pirates are going to take their hit. They are only armed with short swords, and they get to make 2 each. Let's see. Charm. No, I don't think that makes sense. Okay. So they have a +5 to hit, so that's 1 hit. 17. 2 hits in total. You're only going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I believe there's a lot of pirates on the map. I believe that is it for them. There is 1 pirate left. This one is dressed different from some of the others, and you can tell isn't armed with any obvious weapons, which makes a lot of sense as it fires a acid arrow at Clarence. So Clarence, I will need let's see, how does this work? It's a ranged spell attack. Okay. So that's a 19 plus 5. I presume that hits Clarence. And Clarence, you're going to take 4d4 acid damage and then 2d4 at the end of your next turn. So. Clarence, that is 9 points of acid damage.
Okay, Clarence is down.
Okay.
Gosh, if anybody needs that death word, it's Clarence.
Let's go ahead, a piece for half, and
He has
let's go.
Cal.
That's true. So let's resolve that come next turn. Let's do one more round as it's already 1 o'clock Pacific time, and want to be respectful of your time. We can always come back to this in a couple weeks. So let's start back at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start with Balthazar Blackbones, who is not held. He is not restrained in any sort of way and has had the shit beat out of him the past couple of turns. So he is going to make his 3 scimitar attacks on Argus, being his obvious enemy here. He has a +10 to hit, so that is a 28. That is a 16.
Misses.
That is also a 16, so only 1 hit. So, Argus, you are going to take, let's see. So, what's that? So 11 slashing and 9 poison, and you are currently under the poison condition until the start of
No save. Holy shit.
Balthazar's next turn. There is no save. It is he can either choose to charm you or poison you, and I think it is more interesting for you not to be charmed and keep trying to beat the shit out of this guy, but with a little bit of poison on you. He is also going to use his 1 per day bonus action to rally, and he is going to provide advantage to 3 of the pirates that he can see. And that is his turn as he has drawn his blade, flipping his coat about him. You see the full, deadliness of this pirate. His crest, his cockatiel crest, has, fully standing up at this point, and he's staring you down with his one good eye, the eye patch on the other. He says, "Oh, son, you could have just made an honest trade, but you'll be amongst many who have fallen to Balthazar Blackbones." And he takes his piratey stance, his little feathered hand up behind him. That is it for his turn. Argus, it is your turn. You are now poisoned. What would you like to do?
Even with the poison, he's just gonna shunt it. He's just gonna take it, and I'm going to use 2 of my crits. My 2 crits.
Okay.
Just do damage to him.
Yeah,
Just,
absolutely.
Flex the poison out. Shut up and fight. As he's just gonna smash him 2 more times for 24 damage. And if I can do the crit roll, 21 damage.
Okay, so
And
21, 24, 45.
And because I use my crits, Crusher comes into effect. Whenever you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the start of your next turn.
Okay, absolutely.
And I am. Let's see, I'm not gonna use that. Also, what did I want to do? Something I wanted to do or say. Fuck. I can't remember. Oh, it's gonna kill me.
Nah, just Clarence.
Just Clarence. That's my action. Oh, my bonus action. I'm gonna use it again to make him roll another DC 17 intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That is only a 9.
Yeah, he attacks. He attacks his buddy. If his buddy's still around him.
The buddy is moved, but there is the mochi.
Well, no, I'm not gonna.
The mochi copy.
Not gonna let him attack mochi. If there's no one within 5 feet of him, that's an enemy of my choice. Then he just wastes his reaction.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's only the copy, so it wouldn't take damage or anything. But
Yeah.
he will not have his reaction then. Awesome. Let's go then to Mochi.
Okay, I kind of need to like split my turn a little.
Okay.
But I can't because you can't hold a bonus action.
Nope.
Which is a problem.
Tell me what you're thinking, and let's see if we can work it out.
I'm thinking I need to at least get Clarence up. If not healthy, because that's not happening, but at least up. Which I want to use a spell for if it uses an action. But the thing is, I need to wait for Betty to scoot her butt 5 feet over so I can put Dawn on those 3 cannons over there.
Or you could just move it and I'll deal with it.
It's 4d10.
I heard you, but I have the hit points.
It's true.
That's the
You're
whole point. I'm
sturdy.
supposed to be a damage.
You're
sponge.
sturdy as fuck.
Also, Clarence will take acid damage no matter what next turn, so you might as well just let me fail the death save.
Yeah, I can get you up later. Like after the acid splash is gone.
Ooh.
I don't like those cannons, and also I cannot take like Clarence. I can't take a lot more hits. Not that great. So we're just gonna move Dawn. I did an excessive amount of measuring. Can I move my circle, or is it permanent? That's permanent. We're gonna move Dawn. Where did I math it out? So I was gonna hit all of these assholes. Yeah, it's gonna go over here, because then we also get this asshole. New circle. Right there, I think. The one where it doesn't hit me, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
So let's see. In 30
It needs to go
feet.
1 left, but I can't move them. This one, because otherwise it does hit me, and that's a problem. 1 back. 1 left. Yeah, it doesn't hit me.
I see. I got you.
I don't know where the eraser is.
I think it's just clear all drawings, weirdly enough.
But I want to keep the rest of them.
Perfect. Well, I think you're gonna get quite a few here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
okay.
those cannons less tempting for them.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's see here. What's the save one more time?
Constitution, right? Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So +2 and a +1 for some folks. Okay. Let's do a roll.
Yeah.
The first one is a fail. The second one is a fail. Everybody fails. They're all taking full damage.
Beautiful. I rolled really well this time. Because that's 3 7s for 21, and then a 6 for 27.
27.
I rolled a nat 20 on that save.
Yay! Do you
Very
have like
nice.
evasion or something? Because they get nothing.
It's a 26. I definitely do not have evasion.
But you take half, so. On a successful save.
Oh, nothing I can do. Alrighty, so let's see.
That was-
That is a very heavy move. Very nice.
Did you say it was 27 damage? What was it?
27.
Yes.
Yeah.
27?
Half for you, so.
Yeah. Or 14. Okay.
That was my action. And then bonus action. I'm just gonna cast Healing Word on myself because I don't think they like that very much, and I feel like I'm a target.
I think that's a smart move. Okay, let me deduct everybody here. Let's see, what was that? You are...
And Mochi's just gonna go, I know Christian stepped away, but Mochi's going like, Argus, they keep hitting me and I can't handle it. Argus, help! They keep hitting me!
Okay.
Alright, healing. Come on. Alright, that's very average. But it's something. And oh, I get my wisdom modifier. That's good. It's good.
Okay,
Not great, but it's good.
This is going to take me just another second. But while I'm doing that, Clarence, if you would like to give me... Well, actually, you fail your first death save. I'm sorry. Yes, because of the acid damage, you would take 4 points of acid damage. And that is your first failed death save. Okay. All right. Then next up, we would have... Actually... Clarence, go ahead and roll me a... Call this... Let's roll a charisma saving throw at disadvantage. I can't hear you for some reason.
What? Meow meow?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
It was a 23.
Okay. You hear a voice in your subconscious as you are drifting in that liminal space between life and death, closer to life than you are to death. But it is the voice of Caliban as he says, "Clarence, is this one of those times? I can help you, but I'm going to have to hurt others to do so."
Well, is it just gonna be the bad guys? That sounds like a no, Cal.
To help you immediately, it might have to be one of your friends, and I don't think they would like it very much.
No, probably not. Maybe just wait for a bad guy to come by. I'm sure Argus will throw somebody at some point.
All right. I won't let you go if you don't want to.
Oh, that's nice, Cal. I don't know. I think it's kind of peaceful when you're like this.
As we leave that existential moment, Betty, it is your turn.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
If you do hit the captain, you do have advantage.
Oh, that requires moving.
Which you are still in the
I am
sun, yeah.
indeed still in the sunbeam, yes. Yes, so...
In my defense, you said I was allowed.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh-huh. But there's the whole problem of disengage, because if I do that so I don't take an opportunity of attack, then I can't do anything else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will also note that because of the daylight, two of these individuals, all three individuals have taken some damage. Two of them are the, standard pirates that look incredibly rough.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's just go ahead and make some attacks, I think, then. I get two attacks. Just regular attacks now. So I think we'll just go ahead and we'll do that. With the bill hook. Is it these two here on the left?
The two on the left, yeah.
Okay, alright. Then we'll attack the guy in the center, I think, first. And
Yeah,
then
out of curiosity, can you see their health bars?
No.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I always wondered what you can necessarily see as far as gems go. Like if I put symbols on them, like can you see that the Mochi copy has a red dot on
Yes.
We can
that
see the
Okay.
symbols. Yeah.
Yes.
it? Okay.
Jesus God. First attack is a 17.
A 17, I believe, absolutely hits. Yes, absolutely
Oh.
does.
All right, sweet. I honestly wasn't expecting that. I didn't have all my dice out. Where are my d10s? Where are you?
Oh, and I'm so
So-
sorry. We said earlier that Mr. Squelch's first name was Bartholomew. It was Warwick. Warwick Squelch. I
Oh,
apologize.
yes. That is a very solid 1 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Betty, I would love for you to make a Constitution saving throw.
No. Can I just not, maybe? Ugh. 13.
Barbarian. Grr.
So, Betty, there is something I would like to offer to you. It does not have to happen. But because you are a Tempest Barbarian and because you have been in this storm, somewhat magical, for quite some time now, there is like this sort of like static that you've been carrying with you for a long time. Like the hair on your otter fur has kind of stood up for a little while, and it's kind of like it's almost like you're about to be struck by lightning, but it's been happening like for a couple of days now. And it finally feels like it's getting to that point where that discharge, the release of that electricity is going to happen one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm offering is for you to do your max amount of damage for your hit, and essentially crit on the 3 in front of you. You will take half damage, and it will all be lightning damage.
Max amount of my weapon damage or lightning
Yes.
damage?
Max
Oh.
amount of your weapon damage, but instead of slashing or whatever the billhook does,
Yeah.
it would be lightning damage.
Oh, I will definitely take that because that's only 5 damage for me. That's 10 damage for each of them. So.
Okay. So as lightning literally strikes down from the sky, channeling through you as your billhook sweeps, a blast of electrical surge emanates from you. You fry 2 of them immediately. And the third one is standing there. I'm going to give them the stunned condition from this electrical discharge. So they are still standing. The other 2 you have knocked back and taken out.
In that case, may I use my second attack on the one
Absolutely.
who's still standing?
Yeah. Yeah, and should you like, your attacks can be all lightning damage for the rest of this combat.
Oh, okay. The 11 to hit.
11 does not hit, but they are stunned, so if you would like to roll with advantage.
That is worse.
Okay. Maybe a bit thrown off by the channeling of the elements. Nevertheless, your enemy is stunned before you. Anything else for your turn? Okay. Next up, then, it is the pirate's turn, and I think at this point we will we'll go to a break after they are done. But let's see. I am going to have this one at least get out of the way. What's it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That one's going to go after Argus. This one, let's see. 15, 20, 30. Betty, if you would like to take an attack of opportunity on that one, they were
Yeah.
running past you.
Absolutely. Nope. I wouldn't, actually. I take it back.
Okay, that's let's see. this guy's gonna go over here. This guy's gonna go up here. These two are going to run the opposite way. About right down here. And I'm gonna keep all the other ones down at the beach. They are more or less waiting for orders at this point. A number of these individuals have advantage on their attacks. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get through some attacks here.
You left one of them in the dawn.
Did I?
Good.
Don't want to do that.
That
Who
one.
did I? Oh, that one. Okay.
I mean, you can
Well,
leave
that's-
him. That's fine.
I maybe could. I'll have these two dash then, since they're not going to be taking any attacks. So we'll drop them
Good.
off there and there.
Why are you running? Half loves you. Stay in
What a
God's
mixed
light.
message.
There can be no shadow without light.
That's absolutely true. Okay, so one of the pirates is going to not fight fair and try attacking Argus. So that is going to be 3 attacks, all with a +7. That is 2 hits. And so Argus, you are going to take 26 points of piercing damage. And let's see here. That is it for his turn. This one, the one that is stunned, is not going to have any attacks on Betty for obvious reasons. This one's fighting Ferdinand. This one's going to take some attacks at Mochi. So,
Just a baby.
let's see here.
Only done like 200 points of damage so far. I don't know why you're targeting me.
So Mochi will also be 3 rapier attacks. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a miss. So Mochi, you only take 13 points of piercing damage. And then we have 2 more. One of them is going to pull a musket and fire that also at Argus, because they are little bitches. And where is it? Yeah, there we go. So this is only a +4 to hit, as is kind of a blunderbuss. But that was an 18 on the die. So Argus, you are going to take 10 points of piercing damage. And then lastly, one of them is going to pull out a contraption that Mochi, you might recognize from having seen it stored with the gunpowder stores on the ship in the cave. I don't think you know exactly what this is. Maybe your dad's made something like this, but they're going to throw a grenade at you. And so I will need a DC 15 dexterity saving throw from...
Everybody.
Yes, so Betty, Argus, Clarence, well, not Clarence, and so Betty, Argus, and Mochi.
We can see this coming, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my danger sense to give myself advantage on this saving throw.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of the advantages I still have.
Okay.
Could I shield Clarence and fail my check so they can succeed?
I would allow that. Absolutely.
My heart.
I don't have to fail another death saving throw.
You do not.
My
Argus is going to
heart.
take damage so that you do not have to.
It's
All
fine. I'm not
right.
crying. It's fine.
If you succeeded, it is 11 points. If you failed, it is 22. Clarence, you do not take any.
What is the success again? Sorry.
Success is 11.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ow.
No, I meant the DC.
Oh, 15. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I rolled a 15.
I was gonna say, I didn't have to use my advantage if it's 11, but for 15 I did.
And
All the healing I just did, gone again.
Nah.
it does hit 2 of the pirates as well. Actually, I'm
Oh
going
no, so sad.
to do all of it.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, the stun one could not dodge on that one. Okay, last but absolutely not least, the pirate wizard, or what do they call them? The pirate deck wizard is going to cast a bumped up healing word on Captain Blackbones, and He looks over and he goes, let's see, which one is this? Finally, Mr. Scruff, doing your job then. And you see like the magical kind of aura spread over him, and he seems somewhat revitalized by that.
How was he looking before that?
In a scale of, let's see,
1 to 88.
yeah, in a scale of 182 to 0, he was looking at about a 60 before that. But he's definitely still not
Sorry.
at full health.
I'm so
But,
sorry. 182?
There's only 4 of us. You know that, right?
Look up, you're doing great.
Clarence is dying again.
Clarence dies every time.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's fine. It's totally normal.
Don't worry, I have Revivify prepared today. I saw this coming. Saw it in a dream. Or in
And
memory, I'm not sure.
Next time we will have our wonderful druid back. So that was the other thing is, tech goblins are a real pain in the butt, and I absolutely feel for anyone who's going through them. I certainly have gone through my fair share in the past. I think that's where we're going to end it for today. We will start at the top of the order next time with even more Humblewood Yonderbound. I am going to take a little picture of our... Maybe? No? There we go. Little picture of our turn order. Ha, beautiful. Y'all look great. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Humblewood Yonderbound. We are going to be taking next week off. We will be back in 2 weeks for episode 14, because this is episode 13. And we will probably wrap up within 3-ish episodes. We'll see. I don't know. I have a few more things that I want these lovely people to experience and have their characters grow from, and I very much appreciate them and all that they have done so far. So I'm going to have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and where you can find more of them. I highly encourage you to do so. And then we'll do some channel stuff and wrap up for the day. So it was a wild order to begin with. Let's go in reverse order this time. Christian, if you don't mind starting us out.
Yeah, sure, bud. Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internet. I had to start announcing this now because it is technically official. I am an award-winning performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space, and I have been your king of mercenaries, retriever of wives, Argus Ironclaw of the Crest Mountains. And hopefully next episode I can get my wife back and she can kick ass with me.
Absolutely. Do you want to shout out about your award, by the way?
Yes. This past year I was in a game called Harlem Hellfighters Never Die, and you can see it on Queen's Court Games on their YouTube or Twitch. It is an all-black Call of Cthulhu Harlem Unbound like 4-part miniseries. We won Minnesota Webfest 2024 for best video actual play and best representation of people of color.
Love that.
It was
amazing.
An honor to be nominated,
Congratulations.
even cooler to be winning it. So
Congratulations. That's so
Absolutely.
cool.
thank you.
Very much congratulations to you. Congratulations to that stream. That's absolutely incredible. Yes, please go check that out. I was able to catch some of it. I'm catching up on the rest of it. Amazing series, and such a really cool twist on the Call of Cthulhu game, which often it doesn't come close to that level of play style. So yeah, do yourself a favor, check it out. Next up we have Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I got to play Mochi today. And I'm usually here on Sundays. Once Humblewood is over, we will be doing Tales from the Loop and Mothership and other horror-adjacent bullshit. And soon, I might actually pop up on a different day. Who knows? Weirder things have happened. Dun dun dun. Keep watching this space. In general, keep watching the Sword and Key socials, because once we open up casting calls, they'll be around here. Sometimes they let me out of my cage and I get to play somewhere else, but for the foreseeable future, I'm just here. So just stick around.
Wonderful.
That's it. Nothing else exciting.
Thank you, Anniek. Next, we would typically have Queon. Please go check out Queon's socials. It's at Brother Queon, BRUTHQUEON. And I believe Queon is predominantly on Blue Sky these days. So check out the streams that he is in. I believe recently he ran his first stream GM'd game, which I believe that's what our artist Michael did art for. I hear it did very well. So please go check out his socials, check out his stuff, and support him in any way you can. I believe he also has a clothing brand that I'm not sure has been fully announced yet. I'm not sure if it's been dropped, but
No.
hopefully in the near future. Yeah. And also go tip Queon's, go to everybody's Ko-Fi or coffee or whatever it is. Tip these folks, but dealing with tech goblins, gremlins, everything, it's a real pain in the ass. Like, we've all been through it. The least you can do is extend some patience. The most you can do is say, hey, here's a couple of bucks to get a new driver or whatever else, because it's, yeah, I went through the same thing he did. Next up, we have Liz.
Hello, friends. I'm Liz. I have been Betty. Trying to think of some exciting things that are coming out next week. This coming week, this Friday, I am releasing a new game. We talked about it, very small talk about it last week. I didn't mention the title. The title is From My Rotting Body, Flowers Shall Grow. If you know that piece of literature, I applaud you. It is a game about the afterlife and moving on. And I think it's pretty great. But, you know, that remains to be seen what other people think about it. So that game's getting a full release along with a one-page version that's going to be in the one-page collection on my itch page. So if you haven't had an opportunity to pick that up, it's currently $9 USD. As of Friday, it will be $10 because we're adding that new game to it. So every time we add a new game, it goes up in price. So the earlier, the better that you pick that up, and you get every new game that's added to it. So we're doing a lot of releases this year. I think I have releases planned through the end of May. So now's the time. That's it.
Amazing.
That's all I got.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely check that out. Last but absolutely not least, this time we have Shadow.
Hello. Hi. I'm Shadow. You can find me over Relevant at Shadow Sylvia. I played Clarence this game and possibly for future games. You can find me here for Humblewood. I'm here for Gate Night on Tuesdays with Derek and LD. We're still playing Baldur's Gate. It's almost, I think it's time that we will be fighting Daddy next episode. And it's part 1 of our Daddy episodes, as I'm calling them. Derek did not know that.
Yeah, no, that'll be, I need to put that on our events calendar now. Yeah, thank you.
So
one.
come back on Tuesday. Otherwise, I'm an admin over at Roll D5. We're just doing some awesome celebrations for Black History Month. On Monday, tomorrow, we have part 2 of the Tick Tick Bloom game, which is, well, actually, tomorrow's also the release date where everybody will be able to go out and get Tick Tick Bloom for yourself from the lovely Meadow from Meadowlark Games. So feel free to tune in for that. And then otherwise, we just have a what we like to call a Roll D Talks. It's kind of like a talk show for Black History Month, and Queon will be in that. So come check out Queon for that too. That'll be at the end of the month. Otherwise, I think we have projects on the horizon, but nothing quite yet. But keep an eye on the socials.
Fantastic. Thank you so much to these wonderful people. Thank you so much to you in the audience for joining us. If you have been able to donate to Fauna and Flora International, it's very much appreciated. This game is in support of Fauna and Flora International, which does some great work all over the world. Please check out their website. Please consider supporting if you have a couple extra bucks sitting around. You can do so at any time. It doesn't have to be during a game. And if it does happen when we're not playing, it just gets paid forward to whatever the next game is. So if there's an advantage, we'll push it along to whatever the next game is, or a complication or anything like that. So thank you so much again for viewership, for donations. I am Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. Yes, Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I am your GM for this game and minigames here on Sword and Key, as I am Sword Half of Sword and Key. And if you would like to see more of Sword and Key stuff, you can do so at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can join our Discord, hang out with cool folks, talk about cool things. You can see our socials, like Instagram and Blue Sky. We are not currently using Twitter. You can see our ongoing philanthropic endeavors, like Blood and Florida International, or Palestine Children's Relief Fund, or Canadian Companions for Independence. Lots of great places to put your money if you are looking to support a great cause and get a tax refund. You can also find our affiliates, like Long Dog Dice, if you're looking to get an absolutely gorgeous set of dice. Or if you are looking for a custom mini, you can go to Eldritch Foundry. They have a lot of unique stuff that you are going to find there and nowhere else. Or if you were looking to get yourself your own set of Humblewood. I have stuff on top of the books. I'm not picking them up this time. You can go to Hit Point Press. It is you can use our custom link. Helps us, helps them, helps you, and you can get a lot of cool stuff over there. Honestly, they always have some stuff on sale if you're looking for like imperfect copies of things. So if you're looking for your copy of Humblewood, or like even the Game Masters set for Humblewood, which includes like the GM screen, or Fable Maker's deck, or the animated spell cards. I mean, there's tons of stuff over there. Like I can't even. It would take an hour just to list it all. So check that out. And then there's also Wishbone Cosmetics if you're looking to get some cool makeup in your life. And that code and all the codes are listed on Beacons, as well as the links themselves. If you click the link on Beacons, it often just autofills the code for you, which is pretty nice. Looking at our calendar, let's see, today is the 16th. We have an episode of Monster Crush coming out today. Monster Crush is a Sword and Key podcast that I do with my friend LD. We talk about different cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters from myth. This episode is our Valentine's episode, so I picked a couple of monsters that I knew my co-host would love, and also weirdly fit another pseudo-Valentine's theme, and that they both eat hearts. That's their whole deal, but also they are very much LD coded, if you know LD at all. So you can check that out. I will have that posted later today, so probably depending on time zones, you could listen to it Monday. Come Tuesday, as Shadow mentioned, we have the return of Gate Night, where it's, I guess, Daddy Part 1, subtitled Bad Daddy. That is going to be 7 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesdays. And then this coming week, we also have a Sword and Key movie night. Those happen specifically on our Discord. It is free to watch. All you have to do is just join our Discord, and you're more than welcome. We are doing our Ghibli watch this week, so it is going to be Whisper of the Heart, the 1995 Ghibli animation. Then next week, it is producer of this game, co-founder of this channel, and my partner in life, Eva. It is her birthday, so I highly recommend that you celebrate her. She has the throne if you want to send her some nice stuff or whatever. But we are doing another movie night just for her next week, because typically they're every other week. But we will be watching the latest D&D movie, as well as The Devil's Advocate, the Keanu Reeves Al Pacino flick. If you've never seen it before, it's a personal favorite, and a personal favorite of hers. We did just have a Sword and Tea come out yesterday with the wonderful Megan Lynn for her Warlock-inspired game, O Patron Mine. If you haven't checked that out, please do. It is a very cool game. If you like Warlocks, if you like making Warlocks, O Patron Mine is a really fun tarot-based game for generating ideas about your patron and the connection they have that, honestly, the player's handbook never really leaves a lot of space to be filled, and O Patron Mine is a very cool game that can fill those spaces in a very creepy way. So check that out. There's a Kickstarter for it now, and you can check out the VOD for that and see some really cool stuff about it. We will have more Sword and Teas coming up soon. We will also have some applications out soon as well. So please check out our Discord. That's the first place they're posted, and more or on our socials second, I should say. I believe that is it. We are going to be rating, I believe, House of Dreams. Yes, we're going to be rating House of Dreams. They are playing a similar game. They're playing Wanderhome. So there's somebody over there in a bunny mask. Wanderhome is a very cute game. So please go check them out. Show some support. Show some positivity. And we'll see you next time. And again, not next week, in 2 weeks, at least for Humblewood. So until that time, remember the Humblewood motto is no body, no crime, no drama. Remember to take care of yourselves and others. Bye, y'all.